Liverpool Legends. It's going to be a little bit of fun. It's going to be a little bit different. This is what football's all about. Welcome to the Liverpool Legends dirt count. Mark Gonzalez! The old army, the unlikely hero. Gotta be. Yeah! Finish. And that will mean the world to him in acrobatics and dirt count. Gerrard, you just knew he was going to score, didn't you?
It's the biggest ever attendance, we're told, for a charity game ever. It's absolutely fantastic, that, isn't it?
There has been many a titanic battle between Liverpool and Chelsea over the decades. Will this afternoon be any different?
Steven Gerrard, Peter Crouch and Dirk Kuyt, along with many more players, will be rolling back the years against the likes of Ida Johnson, Claude Makelele and of course the great Gianfranco Zola. Yes, the legends are back at Anfield.
Indeed they are. The stars of years gone by will be on show today, and the whole game is live and free to watch on LFC's Facebook and YouTube channels, as well of course to subscribers of LFC TV and LFC TV Go. All the action gets underway here at Anfield at 3 o'clock. Hello there, welcome along to the Legends Live.
Hello,
today,
everyone.
presented to you by AXA in support, of course, of the LFC Foundation in association with Forever Reds. Now, last season, the LFC Foundation supported over 127,000 young people and their families too across Merseyside and beyond.
Yes, and this year we want the impact of the foundation that has on the communities to be even greater than ever before, but it can only happen with your help. So to donate, please scan the QR code on the screen or head to liverpoolfc.com/donate for further details. All the information you need will be on the screen throughout the show.
Yeah, it is a very, very special day here, and we're joined to kick it all off by the men who are going to be guiding you through every single step of the match. It's our commentary duo today, Peter McDowell and Phil Thompson. A beautiful day here at Anfield, and a day that we really enjoy, don't we, Pete?
We really enjoy it, but it's actually insightful just listening to the players there, because they're really looking forward to it as well. I think that's the most special part of today. They're all perennial winners, but they're really nervous, and you know, they've been in a proper team talk by the sounds of it as well this morning, which I'm not sure how typical that is of Kenny.
Do you know, I don't know what Kenny's team talks are like, by the way, and I'll tell you what, it'd be difficult following them. But I just think it is the most wonderful occasion. And you think, really? I mean, to get together and be together again after a little while. I know it's every year now that they're able to do it, but it's just to get back out here. And I've done it many years ago, being an ex-player, playing in a Legends game. And the excitement in the dressing room is palpable. The boys are so looking forward to it, they're so up for it. And it is special coming back here and being able to play. I'm so envious. We've got Crouchy, we've got Cow close by us, and I'm thinking, you lucky so-and-sos. It is so
I'm glad you
precious.
said so-and-sos.
I know, yeah.
Listen, I've been kicked off of the commentary team this year. I was absolutely devastated, but then I saw I've been replaced by a legend like yourself, Phil. What are you looking forward to most doing the comms this year? What think will be your highlight?
I'm just looking at it, and I do think, and it takes you back. And you know, when you've come out from being an ex-player, and you're sort of 40 years of age, and you think, I can hit that 50-yard ball, and here we go, and you go whack, and it goes, and it dies after a while because the power's gone out to your legs, the strength's gone out to your legs. And I look at that and I'm thinking, the clever ones who've played a few games, play it nice and simple, keep it, move it on. So it is enjoyable, and it's good because Jason McAteer's not the entertainment this year in playing. So it's nice to be able to commentate, look at them. Because, like, it's lovely, God bless them. Gerard Houllier signed quite a few of these boys.
Yeah.
And to see them coming back again as ex-players, as ex-foreign players, and to be coming back and be getting together, I think is lovely to see these lads.
And to get the reception they're getting as well has been incredible.
You know, it's lovely because, and it's important because I'm looking round, there's so many kids, so many kids who can't get tickets for the big Premier League games, the European games. So these games are special. You can see the excitement in the faces being here at Anfield, and they'll feel you'll never walk alone before it. And they're the future support of Liverpool.
Exactly. Well, thank you very much, lads. And if anyone at home's wondering who my partner in chaos from the previous Legend games is, well, don't fear. There was no way we could keep Chelsea away from today. Not the team, the person, and she is here today.
I am back, and Ian, I think I might have got a better job than you this year. Look, it's all access, all areas. When that game's going to be going on, I'll be speaking to the players before, after, during, and the big one you all want to hear from, Stevie G. I'll be speaking to him as well. I'll be here whilst the game's going on, speaking to all the subs. So Kenny going to be leading the team from here, and honestly, the sun is shining. So don't forget to donate, scan that QR code, and let's enjoy the beautiful game. Back to you guys.
Oh, we sure will do. Plenty more to come from Chelsea over in the dugout throughout the course of the game. Now, this is, would you believe, the 9th Legends fixture today, with over £7.5 million so far raised from these games. Of course, funds raised from the Legends games have helped to benefit people in the Liverpool City region and internationally too. Here is just a little bit more of what the LFC Foundation is all about.
We are the LFC Foundation, the official charity of Liverpool Football Club. Last season, we supported over 127,000 people, and we're not planning on stopping there. We're helping to support our communities by keeping Reds healthy, active, and engaged in education and employment. For every £1 we spend, we create a social return of £13.70.
There's a real sense of belonging in the foundation, and it's so welcoming. And there's so many rewards, even watching young people grow and the impact that you make on them. Just brilliant.
Supporting our communities is the core of everything we do. Our sessions are delivered in more than 300 community spaces, including 199 schools to be exact. But we also work away from home too, supporting the delivery of programmes in 3 international countries, helping over 13,500 children and young people. We are actively working with young people to help them take steps in their careers. We spend over 250 hours each month providing employability training. Over 3,600 young people regularly attend our weekly free football sessions across Liverpool City region to stay active, make friends and have fun. Speaking about football,
join me in supporting the LFC Foundation, the official charity of Liverpool Football Club. The work that we do helps to raise aspirations for Reds home and away. Together, we can make a positive impact in our community. You never walk alone.
Yeah, ringing endorsement from the skipper there. The work the foundation does is invaluable. If you are in the position to do so, please do donate now. Scan the QR code, you can see it there on the screen, or you can head to liverpoolfc.com/donate. So much great work is being done by the LFC Foundation across the region and way beyond too, and that is why the Reds have returned here today to show their support. This is what you've been waiting for. This is the starting lineup that Sir Kenny Dalglish has chosen to start against Chelsea in the Legends game this afternoon. There we go. It is a 3-5-2 formation. Jozy Dudek is in goal. Sami Hyypiä, Ragnar Klavan and Igor Biscan. Martin Kelly and Gregory Vignal are the wing-backs today. Jay Spearing, Momo Sissoko, Ryan Babel, Steven Gerrard, of course, captaining Liverpool this afternoon, and Dirk Kuyt up front. On the bench today, likely to make an appearance, all of these, I think, over the course of the afternoon. Sander Westerveld, David James, Bjorn Torkavame, Mark Gonzalez, Albert Riera, Fabio Aurelio, Peter Crouch, who we'll hear from in just a second, Yossi Benayoun and Florent Cinema Pongol.
And who better to hear from now than the man who selected the legend teams for Liverpool. Sir Kenny Dalglish is back in charge today, and he's been speaking with our good friend Chelsea.
Okay, I know this is the Legends game, but I think I'm with the legends of legends here, Kenny. I mean, we're back again, another year, more money raised, and how's it feel to be back?
No, I think it's fantastic. I mean, you've got to really admire the players for coming along, giving up their time. I mean, it is a treat to come and play at Anfield, but no, all of them can make it. The ones that have come along have been fantastically well received. I mean, 58,000 people, I think, expected to the game. And it's all going to a place that's going to help people who, unfortunately, might not be as well looked after as some of the others. So if you can help people by playing football, then that's what we should be doing.
Oh yeah, of course. And obviously, you know, you're there on the management side again this year. Any changes to management this year, or is it the same as always? I haven't actually looked at the team sheet at you.
No, I've got the same staff. Rushy, John Barnes and Aldo. And that's us.
Fab four then. What about team sheet? Are we allowed to talk starting 11? What went into that?
No, the boys are good enough to give up their time. They can't all get 90 minutes, but the worst they'll get, unless they get injured, touch wood they don't, is 45. The only position that's different to that is a goalkeeping position. We've got 3 goalkeepers, so we split it up 30, 30 and 30.
There you go. I just spoke to Tash, you know, the first woman to play. You know, for me, loads of little girls out there. Didn't think I'd see the day, so to get her on, I've asked her to get a goal. So could you play her a bit higher?
I don't think Tash will embarrass anybody. Maybe embarrass some of her players, that's all. But there's a great thing on. It's a fantastic achievement and accolade for Tash to be the first woman to come and play at Anfield for Liverpool. And also, I think at half time there's a kids game on as well for the girls. So it's taking place, and the development of the sport for the girls is taking place. And if Liverpool can help in any way, and they've shown their respect for the girls by buying back Melwood so that they can use for the training ground. So the club are behind it, and I'm sure the population are getting behind it as well now. And any little bit you can to encourage them, like the young kids playing are under 14s, I think. So that's brilliant. Imagine playing at Anfield. Oh.
So we're not going to do goals, but, you know, you are thinking a win. Last year, I said it got a bit spicy when Gerrard scored. Any predictions for this year? What's the score going to be? Go on, put yourself out there.
I don't think it'll be 0-0.
Okay, we'll leave it there. And Kenny, this is usually my job. I ask everyone to scan the QR code and donate, but will you tell them? I think they'll listen to you.
Well, there you are. Just do what you're told or what you're asked. I've survived my marriage for 50 years by doing what I'm told. So
scan the QR code. There you go. Thank you. Oh,
do what the man says.
Absolutely, you can't say no to Sir Kenny, can you? Listen, joining us in front of the cot, 2 fans' favourites, Dirk Kuyt and debutant Peter Crouch. Dirk, dare I say, you're a veteran of the Legends. This is, I think, your 6th go.
Yeah, no, I've been here a couple of games, and it's always a pleasure to be back. It's great to be back with the lads in the dressing room, to have a training yesterday, today the match with the supporters. But also to doing it for a very good cause, but very happy to be back again.
Yeah, and you've got an unbeaten run to try and protect. So in those Chelsea ranks, some very, very good players there. Anyone that's worrying you a little bit?
Well, Makelele is still a very fit player, but also we're a little bit worried about some young players, younger than we expected, but we have to do our job here at Anfield.
Are the legs not quite there anymore? You're worried
about
the
legs
pace?
are there, but yeah, you should ask the question after the game, but we will give it a go.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was just going to say in terms of Peter, your debutant, I mean, it is very competitive, isn't it? When you got asked, probably did you think it would be quite as competitive as it is going to be?
I think everyone kind of plays it down, but I think, you know, we're all competitive people. I think as soon as you kind of get ready, you know, start, it's muscle memory, really. You start thinking, I want to win this now, and I think that'll definitely be the case when we get out there, I'm sure.
I mean, if you're in Anfield, you might as well win while you're here, right?
Well, that's it, and I'll be honest. So Kenny's team talk, it was very much like, we're here, obviously, for a great cause, but we're also here to win.
Kenny said, we've got to win, and would you mind scanning that QR code? Listen, you're both going to be sort of target men today. What do you think you both bring individually, and what are you going to do to get the goals against these Chelsea lads today? Go to you,
of course, we both want to score a goal. That's it when you are a striker.
Yeah.
But I think yesterday we had a good practice, and it's just a little bit unfortunate that we are not playing together. I'm playing the first half and Krausi the second. But maybe something is happening that we still can have a couple of minutes together and we show still our qualities together.
I'd love to see that.
Honestly, I love playing with Dirk. He's one of those players, I think, when you're in the dressing room with him, you know, he just brings so much to the team. Genuinely, like, he used to run all day, sacrifice himself for the team, and you know, when you're in Holland, he scored a lot of goals, but you know, he done a lot of hard work for the team and made me look good.
Great.
For yourself, I mean, it's hard to believe, people watching at home, 17 years almost, I think, this summer since you last pulled on a Liverpool shirt.
Yeah.
Just Anfield's probably changed a little bit since you were last here, but how special does it feel to be back? I know your family and your children are here today too.
I've genuinely had to get about 40 tickets
Wow.
today. Like, I've got a whole crew with me. My little boy's just got really into Liverpool all of a sudden, and I just think it's so special that he never saw me play for Liverpool, so. For me to run out with the likes of Dirk, Stevie G, you know, Sammy Hoopier, some of the boys I played with, it'd be a special moment for me and my family, really.
It must have been nice, even when the two of you were walking down here, the crowd were just so, I mean, I thought I was getting clapped for a bit, but it was you two. But that must be so nice being at Anfield with your family and obviously the connections to Liverpool and having the crowd be so warm to you as well. That must be nice.
Like, it feels quite emotional. Obviously, like, some of my best memories of my life are in this stadium. So to get the honour, you know, thank you to the foundation for having me, really. But just get the honour to run out again with the lads. You know, it won't be quite the same as it was, I don't think, Dirk, will it? But you know,
just our best.
Well, sometimes the old player comes out. Like last year, Dirk, I'm sorry to bring this up, but you blazed an overhead kick over the bar. It was a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
We were worried you might not have got back up after it.
I'm totally fine, and if it comes up today, I will do it again. Who knows? It will happen.
What about you, Jake? You've got it in your locker, Peter. You used to do.
You know,
you used to love
I
an
used to
overhead
love
kick.
an overhead
You
kick.
loved
I used to love them. I remember Dirk setting one up. Do you remember? Bolton
Against Besiktas.
This end, both of them actually were this end. So if I get a hat trick at this end, I mean, listen, everything, I'll be so happy.
Oh man, that you heard it here first. If we score an overhead kick, you've all got to click on that QR code, and you've all got to donate. Surely.
I think what everyone wants to know is if you do get a goal, the celebrations.
Oh, right.
Is the robot making an appearance?
I don't know. Do you know what? I don't think I've thought that far. Firstly, I want to get through the game unscathed. Secondly, I'd like to get near the goal. Third, I'd like to score, and if I do, the robot will be out, no doubt.
The robot's coming out.
It's definitely got to make an appearance, hasn't it? You did some target practice at AXA last night. I suppose even that must be a really good experience, seeing the new training ground. And how did that go?
Yeah, it's all changed, obviously, in the new dressing room, which is lovely here, and the training ground's just amazing compared to... Obviously, Melwood was great because of the history and the tradition, but you know, the facilities the boys have got now are unbelievable.
Yeah. They lifted up, and AXA training facilities is amazing.
Yeah, so good.
Give us a little insight into Kenny's talks as well in the dressing room, because as you said earlier on, you know, he's still very competitive and wants to win. What are his words to you before you head out?
But that's the thing, is that one reason that we are unbeaten at Anfield is that we are really competitive, and that's something Kenny really wants. We have also a lot of players who wanted to be here but are not selected. So that makes you, give a good performance even more than you already want to do.
Well, listen, we're all here to have a good time and to score some goals, but we're also here to raise some money. And one initiative in this city that the foundation has been heavily involved with is the Honeysuckle FC, and this is their story.
Been going through a couple of operations at Alder Hay. And then she sadly passed away on the 22nd of December.
My daughter Evie Robin, we lost her at it was 26 weeks.
The Honeysuckle team is the bereavement team at Liverpool Women's Hospital. We provide advice and support for families following pregnancy loss, stillbirth and early neonatal death. Losing a baby can be a devastating experience for the whole family. Society often focus on support for the mum. But we know that men grieve too. We asked the men how we could improve support for them. They told us they'd like a safe space where they come together to share their story and support one another on their journey. They also mentioned sport as a way of coming together, releasing energy and doing something in remembrance of their baby. In view of their feedback, they empowered us to contact the LFC Foundation, and the story of Honeysuckle FC began.
Teams like this can help people. It's not forced. It's led by the lads because it's something they're interested in and it's something that they want. So naturally they can take on the responsibilities that running a football team has.
If you're on your own and you've lost a child, you're dealing with that in your own sort of little cocoon, if you like, because dads are not great, fellas are not great at expressing their emotions and their feelings. And then to get the opportunity and the bravery to come together, once you're here, you've crossed that barrier, haven't you?
Giving people the opportunity to come and have a space where they can talk and not have to worry about someone understanding where they're coming from or what they've been through.
Getting guys together, talking about how they feel, it'll be absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it is really brilliant work that they do indeed. I'm pleased to say we are joined by former Liverpool goalkeeper and of course LFC Foundation ambassador Chris Kirkland. Chris, Honeysuckle FC and the work they do, it proves that football is so much more than just a game. The support that can be gained for these people involved as well is invaluable.
It is, and Liverpool Women's obviously the hospital. When they first got in touch about creating Honeysuckle, we knew how. We didn't know. I don't think we realised the impact it could have. That's the best thing to say. So it's been running quite a while now, and every session we do, every talk we do in the changing room, it's powerful. It is so powerful. It's probably one of my, as hard as it is under extremely difficult circumstances, being able to be there for those dads, partners, when they've been through just the most awful, heartbreaking thing is incredible. Mark, who you've seen on the video there, Mark Henderson and Marie and all the team behind it, they do incredible. I can't speak highly enough of them. I was only meant to go down for one session to fill in for someone, and it got me straight away, and I said, look, I'd love to be involved with this going forward if I can, and that was well over a year ago. So yeah, but listen, I hardly do anything. It's all credit to everybody behind the scenes.
Yeah, it seems that Mark's done an amazing job, and it is such a shame that programmes like Honeysuckle FC have to exist, but then at the same time it's so amazing, I think, especially in the modern day, to teach men that and let men allow themselves that they know they can grieve and they can struggle and they can talk to people about it, and that must be invaluable to some of those guys.
It is. I mean, the first session we had, I'm sure Mark's already mentioned it, I think we had 20 in the room and only one spoke.
Right.
The next week 3 or 4 spoke, and then after a couple of weeks the whole group was speaking. And listen, it might not necessarily be about what they've been through, the loss they've been through. It might be about work, it might be about the addiction side of stuff. So they know that it's a safe space. And listen, it's hard, really hard for everyone in the room at times, but because you can feel the pain they're going through, but that's what makes it so special, because everyone in that room then digs towards that person and helps that person as well. So I'm incredibly proud to be part of it. But like I said, Mark and Marie and all the team behind it, they've done absolutely amazing.
Just speaking about your role as well as Foundation Ambassador, you are of course heavily involved in Red Neighbours.
Yeah.
It's launched 2017 for people who don't know, really supports the local area, growing year on year, isn't it? And it's needed more than ever now.
Well, listen, the Red Neighbours, they've got an unbelievable team around them, which is within the LFC Foundation, obviously. But yeah, I go to quite a few of their sessions. I'm sure you've seen one on there where Mark got his award, where Alison come down, who was magnificent. Went around the whole room, Alison did. He was brilliant. But the Red Neighbours, we do a lot of walking football, the yoga, and like I said, I dip in and do bits and bobs. But it's the team behind the Red Neighbours. There's 7 or 8 of them, all the staff, and what they do for the community. Because isolation's a big problem. You know, social isolation. A lot of people that come to our sessions only get out for that 1 hour, 2 hour of those weeks. So you can see how important it is. And my God, we have some laughs as well. It's brilliant.
Yeah. And I suppose mental health, particularly mental health of like teens and young men, is so important. And over the past week, that's really been pushed into the fore with Steven Gerrard's amazing Adolescence. A really powerful piece of work that shows that the effect of mental health on young men. The foundation does lots of work.
Does.
And you've obviously got a passion for that yourself. So what sort of stuff are the foundation doing?
I think you're right. I mean, that Adolescent was, unbelievable watch. I mean, I think it shook everyone. I think everyone that's watched it, but for hopefully the right reason, then to do something about it and to try and make an impact. But with the foundation, most of the proceeds from today are going to go towards the health programs. But people talk about mental health and stuff. I think most of the programs you run to, most of the activities you go to, health's part of that and mental health's part of that. So, we're going to the schools, the young people, the elderly, the isolation. So it's going to cater for the programmes in the foundation, within the community and the Red Neighbours, which I can tell from seeing it firsthand how needed it is. Unfortunately, how needed it is, but also how brilliant that they have got some programmes to go to.
Yeah, exactly. It is incredible the work that's being done and the work that you do as well, Chris. Thank you very much. Last season, the LFC Foundation supported over 127,000 young people and their families too across Merseyside and beyond. So make a donation, please, and help us widen that impact.
Yeah, you know the drill by now. Scan the QR code on this screen if you want to donate right now. If you can, it would be really appreciated. Or for further details on how to donate, simply go online to liverpoolfc.com/donate.
Yeah, we are heading for a quick break here at Anfield. We'll be back very soon, though. We're going to hear from a couple of Merseyside's finest. Jamie Webster is going to be with us. Plus, we'll hear from Steven Gerrard too before he runs out at Anfield once again. We're back very soon.
A year ago, my mum was diagnosed with stage 4 stomach cancer. It was really hard because I'd always see my mum as like my rock through everything.
The On Target programme is a 6-week early intervention programme. What the programme aims to do is to equip young people with the tools to be able to deal with the bad days and deal with negative feelings and emotions. So we look at doing CBT-based exercises, mindfulness and just fun activities.
A best way to describe it in my brain was like a puzzle that you could never put together. I couldn't function properly with it all.
Daisy felt that she wasn't dealing with things the way that she should deal with them, so that's when I immediately knew, right, well, this programme is the best place for her to be. I'll be able to help her to explore her feelings and also accept them and deal with them.
I feel like I just clicked with Hannah a lot. If I was in a bad lesson or something, I would just come to Hannah and I'd be all right because I could just offload all onto Hannah. She'd be like my school mum, in a way.
Fortunately for Daisy, she found what worked for her through the programme and was able to implement that into her life, which is the main goal of the programme.
The LFC Foundation have helped a lot and it's made me realise, now that my mum's died, that I'm not alone and that I do have good people around me that can support me and guide me to be a better version of who I used to be, in a way, and make my mum proud.
Anfield is preparing to welcome back a host of Reds favourites as the Liverpool Legends take on Chelsea Legends today. A sellout crowd of fans, young and old. Can't wait to see their heroes back out on the park today. There is a real family day out, feel fitting as we're all part of the LFC family, and in difficult times we do tend to rely, don't we, on family for a little bit of support, and your support today really can make all the difference.
And I've been banging this drum, but you need to scan that QR code immediately. That's on the screen now if you wish to donate, if you have any cash to spare. Or you can head to liverpoolfc.com/donate for further details on how you can support the LFC Foundation.
Yeah, welcome back to the Legends Live, presented by AXA in support of the LFC Foundation in association with Forever Reds. A quick reminder there of the Liverpool side. That's the Kenny Dalglish's pick to start this afternoon. It's a 3-5-2 formation for the Reds. Jerzy Dudek in goal, Sami Hyypiä, Ragnar Klavan and Igor Biscan are the defenders. Martin Kelly and Gregory Vignal are the wing-backs. Jay Spearing, Momo Sissoko, Ryan Babel, Steven Gerrard, of course, captaining Liverpool this afternoon, and Dirk Kuyt leads the line for the Reds. Well, Roberto Di Matteo is in charge of the Blues today, and he's got Dennis Wise alongside him in the dugout. And what a squad of big names they have got at their disposal. Starting for Chelsea this afternoon, this is the starting 11 for the Blues. Carlo Cudicini is in goal. It's a back four of Jose Bosingwa, Robert Hood, William Gaius and Celestine Babayaro. In midfield, it's John Obi Mikel. Dennis Wise has picked himself to start. Claude Makelele starts too. And then up top, it's Jimmy Floyd Hasselbaum with Ramirez and Florent Malouda out wide for Chelsea in the Legends game this afternoon.
So the players are out for their warm-ups, but let's see if we can grab a word with one or two of them. So let's head over to the only lady still young enough to run around that pitch. It is Chelsea. Chelsea, who have you got?
Get a bit closer. Okay, so it's heating up. Everyone's warming up now. The Reds are here. Chelsea are over there. So let's try and grab some of them. Come on. I think I'm going to try and get the tallest man because he's easier to spot. Where's Crouchy? He's over here. Let's go. Sorry. I'm running. They're doing a rondo. We don't want to get in the way. Come on. Let's go. Actually, let's get David James. J-Mo. Okay, I was looking for the tallest man. Yeah. You're second tallest, so I'm going to go to you.
I think I might be third tallest. There's a couple of tall characters in our team.
How are you feeling?
Fantastic. I tell you what, I know that Chelsea might not have sold all their tickets, but we have sold all of ours, and a pretty much full house for the foundation here at Anfield is going to be wonderful.
How does it feel to be back, be playing? Every time you come here, it must just be like amazing. But again, like you said, for a great cause, selling tickets, putting money back into the foundation. What a day.
Well, when I was asked to be in the squad, there was 3 goalkeepers, and I was thinking, am I going to be involved? So absolutely buzzing. The main thing is the foundation raise loads of money. Forever Reds get loads of benefit from it, and the fans get to see a wonderful game of football here at Anfield.
Yes, there you go. I'll let you warm up. Don't concede, okay? That's the goal. Right, let's go for Crouchy. Come here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wait, no, he's... Wait, get the ball. Oh! Okay, I was looking for the tallest man on the pitch. I said, got David James. There you are, now I found you. How good does it feel to be back?
Oh, it's so good to be back. Obviously, yeah, it's some of my happiest memories like on this ground, you know, so the opportunity to come back and play is just too good to turn down. Are you going to score and are you going to bring the robot back? I don't know. I mean, listen, I've never done the robot on this ground. I never did it for England. And I've had so many kids asking me on the way here, and obviously I had no plans to. But listen, I've got to get somewhere near the goal first. I've got to then score and to think about it. But, you know, if I do 100% off.
But you don't need oiling up. You're not rusty, are you? You still got it?
I'll be honest, I don't play a great deal, so I will be rusty. But 45 minutes, I've got this.
Love it, Pete. Listen, have a great game, and obviously, like we said, loads of money raised, so that's what it's all about. Please win it for us. See you later. Okay, we've got another one. Cisse.
What's up?
I'm not gonna lie, little starstruck. You were on the back of my shirt growing up.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
How good does it feel to be back at Anfield?
It's always a pleasure. Always an honor to play in this stadium, full house. Now we have to win.
We have to win. Unfortunately, my name is actually Chelsea, so it's a bad day to be called Chelsea. Don't leave. Listen, enjoy the game. Obviously, we want to raise loads of money. So can you tell everyone to scan the QR code?
Yeah, scan the QR code because it's for a good cause and we need you.
We do. Cisse.
Thank you.
See you later. There you go. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Chelsea. I think she'll make it in management down the line. Don't concede is the best advice I've ever heard. Anyway, we are joined by one of Liverpool's finest. We are joined by, as you can see, Jamie Webster. Jamie, welcome back to the Legends game.
Thanks for having me back.
Been a whole year. How's your year been? Been a good one?
Been good. Yeah, since, well, I got married last year and the start of this year. Been working on lots of new material.
Nice.
And yeah, in the next couple of weeks, me live side of things just goes bang. So it's nice to, before it all goes mad, to spend the day at Anfield for the community and get to see some of me childhood heroes knocking about again. You know what I mean?
Absolutely mad.
It's always a very special day, isn't it?
Oh, it's brilliant. And you know, like what I love about today is that there's so many kids in the local area and from other areas, by the way, from around the country and beyond. It's really the biggest chance that they get to come to Anfield and experience this, because you know we're in such high demand for tickets, especially now with the league title charge, and you just see so many families here today.
Yeah, we're in front of the Kop and there's so many kids and it's wonderful, isn't it? Really nice atmosphere.
Yeah, it's lovely, and you know, yeah, everyone's always dead nice to me here today. I almost feel like a player myself when I walk out there. It's as close as I'll ever get to being on that pitch, standing here. So yeah,
well,
it's always
listen,
nice to be here.
I want to ask you about the season itself as well, because listen, you obviously were a huge fan of the Jurgen Klopp era and got to spend some time with the boss himself, of course, and the Arne Slot era so far is going very, very well.
So far, so good. I mean,
exactly.
I think we were all, when we obviously found out that Jurgen wasn't going to be here this season, I think everyone assumed the worst, and I'll be honest, I didn't know that there was a manager out there who could come in and take over what he'd left, and how wrong was I? How wrong was I? The man has come in like a top professional. He seems to have the characteristics of a Jose Mourinho in how confident and cool and sure he is. And speaking to a few of the actual first team players on tour with the club in Philadelphia and stuff, a few of the players said to me that as a football manager, as a football coach, he's one of the best that they've ever worked with. And you know, as a Liverpool fan, that was amazing to hear, and thankfully he's put it into practice. You know, we're 12 points top of the league, and it doesn't really look like we've got out of second gear that much this season.
No.
Hopefully we find them gears in the next few weeks, because it's a tough run in now. But yeah, it's so exciting. First year as a Liverpool manager to win the league, first time to win the Premier League in front of fans. What an achievement that'd be. And you know, we've had a couple of hard weeks over the last couple of weeks, but I've been there for it all, and still dead proud of the players. You know, it's a great time to be a Liverpool fan. We've got so much to look forward to, and thankfully Arne Slot is the man who's bringing that to us.
And as well as getting to know the team and all the rest of it, he's also getting to know Liverpool, the people in Liverpool, and this is obviously your city, your people. And I think, me personally, as a sort of a Scottish person, an outsider, is how big a heart this city has got, and days like this prove that. I think that Liverpool has that exactly.
Definitely.
That.
Well, I think my biggest, if people said, relate one word to the city of Liverpool, or to Liverpool Football Club even, that word would be community.
Yeah.
And I think what's so good about Liverpool Football Club as a club is, yes, we compete commercially, internationally with everybody, but we've also got our feet on the ground as to things that are happening in our city, and you know, the kids, the amount of charities that have been invited here today and stuff like that. And a lot of clubs can try and do that. They can try and compete up here and still be real down here. But it's not an easy thing to do. But certainly over the last 10 years, I think Liverpool have just got better and better at it. And I don't think there's a club like us out there today who could pull a crowd like this for not the first team. It's an amazing day.
I think it's right. It will be an amazing day. It's a pleasure to have you on as always, Jamie. Thank you very much, listener. Of course, there you go, on for me as well. Of course, the reason for the game today, as we've been saying, is to raise vital funds for the LFC Foundation. A little bit earlier on, Chelsea caught up with Dr. Simon Bowers. He is a GP in Liverpool. He's also trustee of the foundation. He's seen the benefits of the work they do firsthand.
I'm here with Dr. Simon Bowers, and you are an LFC Foundation trustee. So talk to me, what does this mean for you today, and obviously what you've been up to over the foreseeable?
Hiya Chelsea, yeah, it's enormous for me because I'm a Liverpool lad, been a supporter all my life, and I'm a GP in South Liverpool, and so I've been on the board of trustees of the foundation now for about 6 or 7 years. So to be able to take the stuff that I do every day in my day job but be able to use the power of our club's badge to spread that message even further and improve things. And today this game is all about health, obviously, and so it's particularly exciting for me as our kind of health trustee to be able to speak directly to supporters and our wonderful fan base and say you've got an opportunity now to really, really improve things for people who have, you know, really difficult lives in our city and beyond.
Well, you are on the front line. And what are your biggest worries now, you know, over the health for the next generation?
So obviously we've had a really, really tough kind of 15 years in terms of the public sector. The NHS has struggled, local governments have struggled. There's been less investment from national governments in the UK. And what we've ended up there with is a huge amount of need. Mental health and physical health outcomes in this city aren't as great as they could be. And so to be born into a family where people are struggling, can't put food on the table, don't really even know what a healthy diet is, there's nowhere for that to go. Schools are really busy, the NHS is really, really busy. So our role as the LFC Foundation can be some of that glue to pick up those families and go, you know what? Yes, we're all about football, but let's teach you to cook. Let's teach you what health is all about. Let's get you kicking a ball and running around and who knows, being the next Mo Salah.
Yeah, I mean, I could do with some of them cooking lessons as well, if I'm honest. You know, the foundation, they do so much in getting kids active as well. Just how important is that?
So we know that physical activity is absolutely brilliant for mental health. And so to have children who spend all the time sat in front of computer consoles or scrolling on their phone is associated with poor health outcomes. So for us to be able to use the power of this badge to go out and say to kids, you know, do something physical. Doesn't have to be kicking a ball. You don't have to be, you know, the next Luis Diaz. You can just run around in the park. We've got some fabulous parks in this city. And that message of physical activity is really important.
Yeah, you touched there on, obviously, physical activity into mental health. Mental health, you know, was such a big thing, which the foundation helped with as well. If you can, you know, you want people to donate today, just give a shout out now. You know, why should people donate today and obviously going forward?
Well, I think we all know a family that's struggling. All of us have met people who could use a bit of extra help. There's a QR code on your screen now, guys. So if any of this has meant anything to you, or if Liverpool Football Club means anything to you, donate now. We're really going to use the money for good stuff.
We certainly are. We've been joined now by Matt Parrish, who is the CEO of the LFC Foundation, alongside Professor Matt Ashton, who is the Director of Public Health for Liverpool City Council. Matt, I'll start with yourself, because I can't believe it's been a year since the last Legends match, which was so successful. But how has the last 365 days been for the Foundation?
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, thanks to the supporters and the fans, and we had a sellout last year, got a sellout again, and that's enabled us to, one of the reasons we're able to support just under 130,000 individuals in the last season, and majority of them are here in the Liverpool City region. We focused the money from last year on our learning and education programmes, and this year we're focusing on our health programmes. It's been a great year, and the message, I was listening to one of our trustees there from being interviewed previously, is all the money we raise today goes direct to delivering those programmes.
Yeah, and the foundation's always growing, it's always evolving. So what is the focus been for this year, and what is the focus moving forward?
Well, we've just launched a new strategy, and we want to by 2030 be supporting 500,000 people a year. We think as the foundation of Liverpool Football Club, we're well positioned to do that, but we obviously need to keep innovating and raising the funds to enable us to do that. But as I say, the focus is on health, learning and employability, and today was all about supporting those health programmes.
Right.
Move on to yourself, Matt, because your life's work really has been about improving health and well-being here on Merseyside, and your goal is to improve health in all ages and as well reduce inequalities in communities as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's so important, isn't it? So Liverpool and the city region are amazing places to live, to work, to play, but unfortunately we do have big health challenges here. You know, relatively speaking, we're quite a deprived area, and with that comes really poor health outcomes. So it's essential we work really hard together to improve those health outcomes, to protect our vulnerable or disadvantaged people. And the wonderful thing about the foundation is having the club here and having the foundation here to do that very thing, focusing on improving health for our most disadvantaged populations.
And I suppose one of the big factors of that, I'm guessing, and I can't believe it was 5 years ago, but COVID played such a big role. How has the health in the region changed since then?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can't believe it was 5 years ago either. So 5 years ago tomorrow is the 5-year anniversary of the first lockdown, and I find that kind of quite trauma-inducing, and I know many people will. It was very difficult for many people. Very sadly, lost over 2,000 lives in Liverpool alone through the pandemic. I think the health outcomes were poor already, and then the pandemic absolutely exacerbated that poor health situation. So we've got widening inequalities and health outcomes that are not getting any better. So the problem, it isn't a new problem, it's not gone away, and actually it's got worse.
Right.
When you look at health issues in the region, the most common issues are linked to mental health, obesity too, and child poverty as well. I mean, I'm a parent myself, and it is worrying when you think about it. You know, how concerning is the health of the next generation?
So we released a report recently, Liverpool Health 2040, that very much talks about that. It talks about what health is like now, what it's been like for the past 40 years, and what it'll be like by 2040 if things carry on in the same way. And unfortunately, you know, health outcomes are not predicted to get any better if we keep on doing the same stuff. So I think we should be concerned. I think particularly around mental health and well-being challenges of our young people, that is a big source of concern for me personally. I'm a father as well, I've got kids. I don't think we should see the future as inevitable, though. I absolutely believe we can do things about it. And actually, when this city and this city region is amazing, when people aren't doing things for you, we're amazing at responding and doing it for ourselves. So actually, those kind of grassroots initiatives, those community initiatives, things that the foundation fund, things that our partners fund and support, are absolutely the right things to do to improve the health of the next generation.
Listen, anyone who's listening to you speak now can hear how passionate you are about improving health and well-being in our region. Just how vital is the work that the LFC Foundation does in Merseyside to do just that?
Well, 127,000 people reached by the work of the foundation in the last 12 months alone speaks volumes. That's 127,000 people that wouldn't have had that help and support if the foundation and its partners and its funders weren't doing that work. So yeah, absolutely critical, absolutely vital. We just need to do more of it. We just need to carry on and keep on doing more.
And I guess days like today are so important to not only raise money but also to spread the message. Obviously we've got a huge audience watching today, a global audience, so what is the message you want the LFC family and the people watching at home to take away from today?
Yeah, what an opportunity and what an atmosphere. It's absolutely brilliant.
Unbelievable. Honestly,
my mind's blown.
It's the loudest it's been pre-match in a long time.
Super
the
loud.
Noise and the atmosphere is phenomenal, isn't it? Well, so I would say keep on doing this, support the work of the foundation, come along, make sure you're involved in activities, and if you've got any money or any opportunities to support the foundation more directly, then do that. A little goes a long way. So yeah, please just carry on doing the work you're doing and support the work of the foundation.
And you echo those sentiments, Matt?
Yeah, and I think there was, I was looking at the LEDs going round, it reminded me that you mentioned mental health, Becky, and I think £20 enables us to run a mental health workshop in a school. So I think I was talking to a mum recently, and she said that the safe place for her little boy was, she actually said, his football team, church and LFC Foundation. They were his three things, and we've been able to build his confidence and enable him to play football and get. So I think it seems like a small thing, but I think it can make a massive difference. And I think that, you know, buying a couple of tickets for today's game, that all goes to that, or you can click to donate, and as we've said, every pound raised does go to support that.
It is that every pound though, isn't it? Because times are hard for people sometimes, and there might be people watching and think, I haven't got 20 quid, but I want to help out a little bit. And it is literally every pound can make a difference.
Yeah, and I think we range it from, you know, £5 makes a difference, £20 makes a difference, and it'll all come in to fund that work. The other part is important to mention that we do support from today's game is the Forever Reds. So some of the funds goes towards Forever Reds, which is the former Players Association at Liverpool. Obviously, some of our older players that are in need of support. So most recently, the Forever Reds supported Ron Yates, and that's an important part of what we do. Yeah. Without the Forever Reds, we wouldn't have the Legends out there. So it's all part of today.
Wonderful. It's an incredible work that you are both doing.
And now we're almost done here.
We are
but there is
done.
one man we can give the final word to before the game. Very much the legend of the legends. He's with Chelsea right now. It is, of course, Stevie G.
Hello everyone, we are back. Steven Gerrard has joined me. Oh my God, you again. How good is it to be here again, Steven? For everyone, I think a lot of us as fans, we want to see you always every year on that team sheet, and you're back again.
Well, I'm free, I'm available, out of work, so obviously wanted to come back and play my part. It's some buzz, you know, just meeting at the hotel, seeing your ex-teammates, been around a lot of heroes of my own, Barnes, Rush, Aldridge, King Kenny. So yeah, it's some buzz for me, and then obviously another full house. The support's incredible. But the priority is always the cause. What we're here for, the foundation, local charities where the money goes to former players who are having difficult times. So that's the main reason why I'm here.
Yeah, of course. You know, we know so much how it does help the foundation, and especially the city. But also, we know it is a bit about the football too, because it went off last year, didn't it? You got yourself a goal.
Well, listen, outside of the priority reasons why we're here to play, we're here to win. It's Chelsea at Anfield, full house. You've got to compete, you've got to win. So outside of the main cause, of course, you're here for another big reason, yeah.
So, yeah, are you going for another goal? Because last year it was a penalty. We do want a 30-yarder.
Oof, 30. I'm not sure I can kick the ball 30 yards anymore, but I'll certainly be having a go. The manager's picked a team where I can maybe release myself a little bit from midfield, so I'll certainly be trying. Let's see what we can do.
And obviously, this is the part where I usually ask for everyone to scan the QR code, but will you help me out and you ask?
Yes, everyone watching, listening, please go on and scan the QR code. We need your support. Thank you.
Listen, no pressure, just bang in a 30-yarder and everyone will go home happy.
Score a 30-yarder, Stephen, why don't you?
As Steven Gerrard just said, do not forget to scan the QR code that is on screen right now if you want to donate, or you can head to liverpoolfc.com/donate for further details of how you can support the LFC Foundation today. We are fast approaching kick-off here. The players leaving the dressing rooms very, very shortly, just a few minutes' time. They will be out on the pitch, and the whole match will be live after the break.
So all that left to do is for Pete McDowell has been joined by Phil Thompson, and they'll be taking us through all the action of Liverpool versus Chelsea. The Legends are back at Anfield.
Youth Works is our youth work apprenticeship programme, and we work in partnership with Liverpool City Council to rebuild youth work within our city. The aim of Youth Works is to professionally develop new upcoming youth workers or youth workers who are already in the field that haven't got a qualification. So Anna is one of our youth work apprentices, and she is doing fantastic. Over the last 9 months, Anna has grown that much, where she is now leading her own youth work sessions in the city. She has built fantastic relationships with young people.
It's all about them coming in, being comfortable to open up. You don't know whether they've got that person at home to talk to, or people around them in school or in the friendship groups. We've been working with these young people since the start of the year now, and you can already see how much they've grown and changed in the confidence levels, the self-esteem, the new skills that they've learned.
Within the LFC Foundation, through the Youth Works programme, we have developed a brand new youth work provision within the Anfield ward. That means that we are now able to deliver 3 open access sessions a week.
I would recommend the youth provision, the apprenticeship programme, to anyone around me. I think it's an opportunity to grow, to really push yourself out of your comfort zone and learn new things. There's a real sense of belonging in the foundation, and it's so welcoming. And there's so many rewards watching young people grow and the impact that you make on them. Just brilliant.
Your supports will provide amazing education opportunities for school children in Liverpool. A donation of £10 would provide an emotional wellbeing support toolkit for young people in our communities. £20 will provide a mental health workshop for a local school, and a £50 donation will provide a food hamper that will feed a family of 4 who are struggling through the cost of living crisis. Make a donation today and help change a life tomorrow. Your support really does make a difference.
Well, welcome to Anfield, a magical weekend in store here, free from the pressure of trying to get this Premier League title won. It's a day to reminisce and remind ourselves how lucky we were to see some of these players in their pomp. The legs might have slowed a little bit, but the minds will still be racing, and nothing has changed. Liverpool will be desperate to beat Chelsea in front of a really big crowd today, and two of the youngest teams we've seen in Legends football here at Anfield as well, which excites me because these games sometimes can slow up a little bit, but with a team in their very early 40s, sometimes in their late 30s as well, this should be a really decent game of football, and a pleasure to be alongside one of England's most decorated footballers and a proud Liverpool fan, more importantly, the man that lifted the European Cup as he fulfilled those dreams all those years ago, is here to enjoy it as well.
Yeah, very much so. In the 20 years since Istanbul, so a lot of the players here today, so it's quite extraordinary. They should be absolutely delighted to be back on the hallowed turf playing for Liverpool.
Well, let's take a look at the teams then, shall we? For Liverpool, Jerzy Dudek gets the nod to start in goal. Westerveld and David James will share the backup duties. 3 centre-backs. Sami Hyypiä at 51, a proud man to be one of the elder statesmen, still fit as a fiddle. Ragnar Klavan, who only retired a few months ago, alongside him, and Igor Biscan. Liverpool Legends' newest signing, Martin Kelly, still training with Salford. He's only 34. Big expectations of him today. He's the right-sided wing-back. Vignal on the left. Jay Spearing, Momo Sissoko and Ryan Babel, the central 3. Steven Gerrard captains this Liverpool team. Dirk Kuyt in the 9 for the Reds. Star-studded bench. Unfortunately, no Martin Skirtle, who doesn't make it through injury.
Yeah, it is. It's great to see the players. I was having a look. 5 of this team were under Gerard Houllier, God bless him, and myself. But it's full of great talent. Sami Hyypiä there. To say, didn't realise 51 years of age. It is a proper good side.
And what about Chelsea as well? Because they have a host of household names in their starting 11, believe it or not. 20 years since most of them were helping change the narrative of their football club from financially struggling to the richest club in existence. Carlo Cudicini, one of the bigger parts of that, keeps goal. He's in his early 50s now, and it looks like a 4-3-3. Huth and Gallas, the centre-backs. Babayaro and Basing were the full-backs. Dennis Wise captains Chelsea. John Obi Mikel, and the man who redefined that holding midfield position in Premier League football, Claude Makelele. Ramirez and Malouda, the wide men. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, once Chelsea's record signing and Golden Boot winner in his first Premier League season, at 52 is their lone striker.
Wow, Jimmy Floyd, I've met him many a times, great guy, but what's a side? I know he's 52, but this is quite young. But you look at Gianfranco Zola. We talk about Steven Gerrard. Chelsea talk about Gianfranco Zola. What a player he was in his pomp.
So they're the starting 11s. Do expect a little bit of rotation as we go, and you'll see right in the centre of the pitch there are the flag bearers for today. They're local school kids that have won various tournaments, both all girls, all boys tournaments, and also mixed, to find their way onto the pitch in that centre circle. And let's enjoy the tones of Jerry Marsden, shall we, inside a resplendent Anfield.
never lets you down, never fails to give you the goosebumps, and it will be emotional for so many inside here for the first time today. And talking of first times, sign language experts in the lower Anfield Road as well that were able to sign their way through for people inside the ground of the famous tones of Jerry Marsden and You'll Never Walk Alone. Liverpool players making their way now, and we also saw down there, Tomo, a few moments ago, what will be a star-studded bench, but what about the coaching staff as well? 638 goals between them. Ian Rush, Sir Kenny and John Aldridge.
Wow, it's great to see all the boys and Johnny Barnes involved in that. It's just incredible to see them. And I remember quite a few years ago, Kenny just made the brief appearance back on the pitch, and the reception that he got was just quite something that would do. And you're looking at Chelsea, who don't play as many as these games, so they'll be feeling in front of a packed Anfield.
They're looking good, Nick, as well, don't they, the Chelsea players? And there is an away end that they're waving to as well there, and the proud captain, Steven Gerrard, who soon, this will make you feel old, is about to become a granddad. Says he will delay his return to the dugout until that is all done with. Let's see how attracted he gets to the life of a granddad. Jersey Dudek in there as well at 52 now. Saved that Andrei Shevchenko decisive penalty in Istanbul, and as Tomo was pointing out before, we are at that anniversary, the big 2-0 of what was such a great day in all of our lives.
It was a most amazing day, and it was a day that sort of emphasised what Liverpool Football Club was all about, the coming together of players and fans. It was quite extraordinary. Being there on the night was such a proud moment.
Sami Hyypiä in the middle of the shot there, another Istanbul hero, and Jimmy Hasselbank, where the Chelsea fans are concerned, he's a god to them in many ways. Formed arguably the best partnership with Eidur Gudjohnsen in Premier League football. He too, of course, has been around the coaching and management setup at Burton Albion, and then he was on the England coaching team as well. And he was always one of those players that occasionally left one on Liverpool defenders. It'll be interesting to see whether that forms a part of today.
Do you know what it was? And listening to Jimmy now, when he does some punditry, you can feel that passion, that aggression in him from a centre forward. I know Didier Drogba came after him, who was just something really awesome. But Jimmy Floyd was one of those centre forwards who could leave one on a centre back.
The Dutch connection there with Dirk Kuyt as well, who was telling me before kick-off that he's in touch with Arne Slot. He also was on coaching qualifications with his number 2, Sitka, as well, and it's a very proud Dutch setup, and even the former players as well form that part of pride, don't they, with the start that Arne Slot has made to life. And here's another Dutchman now in Ryan Babel, who tries to get Liverpool's first attack underway. Dennis Wise, who features in this team today, they've had a couple of problems, Chelsea, with their lineup today. He wasn't due to start, but he is in the team, and actually scored quite a famous goal here to end a very long wait for Chelsea in the early days of the Premier League. John Obi Mikel, who again is in good shape today, finds his captain, and it's now with Jose Bosingwa. And we will have to get used to life at Anfield in Legends football being slightly different to the pace that we usually see.
No, and I was just thinking that when I'm watching down here, people who are watching this on TV, I promise you, it's not in slow motion. It is actually, they are playing as quickly and as mobile as you can possibly get. I was talking as well, Pete, on before, how you're still playing, and the mind and the body is two different things, because you just think, yes, I can play the same balls as when I was sort of 30 years of age, and it's just not the case anymore. And the body is willing, but it just does not happen.
And they've learned some harsh lessons, some of these players in Legends football over the years, and Tomo will be able to recall plenty of injuries that have put Liverpool players in hospital. But Fabio Aurelio is in that Liverpool squad today. Don't forget, he punctured his lung here last year. Actually ended up spending 10 days in Liverpool in hospital.
Is that right? Wow.
Steven Gerrard with a foray forward, and it's Gregory Vignal who tries the cross. Looked as though it was going to go out for a corner, but it will be a Liverpool throw in just a couple of yards off that corner flag, and another Liverpool player there that's involved in coaching setups now. He's linked strongly with the QPR job just before Christmas. Gregory Vignal, the player wearing 27. You'll know very well from your days here, Tomo.
Do you know what? I explained to him, I've seen him when we beat Tottenham in Madrid, and I said to him, "You're famous, Gregory," and he went, "Why?" And I said, "You were involved in one of the greatest goals in our lifetime," says, "when you were playing." And he was, "What did I do?" I said, "You won that famous free kick at Goodison Park when Gary McAllister scored from about 40 yards." And he went, "Was that me?" And I said, "Yeah, Gregory." Well, lovely lad, but he has done his coaching badges, and he has coached a lot at Glasgow Rangers.
Steven Gerrard picks up that ball from Kelly, and it's a really good one as well. Might fall for Jay Spearing on the edge, who will recycle things here. Jay Spearing, a proud part of our setup on LFC TV, but also an under-21s player coach, which is fairly unique in Premier League football. And he will be back on duty next weekend in the under-21s playing setup. Wise can't clear. Spearing with the effort on goal, his eyes lit up. Jay Spearing's Carlo Cudicini was able to just feel that one back into play again. Decent opportunity this, though, perhaps.
It is. It's you got to, and this is what I was talking about, the power in the legs, and you see and you think, "I'm going to bend that in the top corner," and it just about made the goalkeeper. But it gets that great opportunity, and if you can work it and get as close as you possibly can to the goal before having one of those wonder strikes, it does help.
Igor Biscan making up part of the back three. It was pointed out by Stephen Gillespie, who often heads up the organisation of how the team might set up. He's a coach with a good playing career behind him, and a coach with the LFC Foundation. But it was pointed out to Kenny when he named the team before the game that he'd actually named 12 players instead of 11. It was a good try.
Oh, he done that when he was manager. When he was a proper manager, never mind today. But that is funny. I remember going through it with Gerard Houllier coming back from playing Aston Villa, and he was saying, "The team for midweek, what can we do?" So I wrote my team out on a piece of paper, and it was Gerard was looking at it thinking, "What's so strange about this?" It was 4-3-4.
This is a long ball forward by Martin Kelly, 34, the youngest in the Liverpool team. Dirk Kuyt, who is involved at the moment with a team in Belgium that are newly promoted into the top flight. They are fighting relegation at the moment, 6 games to go. So this will feel like a weekend off from the pressure of being a head coach, but he's enjoying it, and he's hopeful they might stay up. Gallas with the ball back to Cudicini again. Ninth Legends fixture. There's £7.5 million that they've raised so far from these games. The LFC Foundation, of course, the official charity of Liverpool FC, and supported over 127,000 people last year through its programmes. 18,000 sessions they delivered, which don't happen by accident, and events across 300 community venues, including 199 schools. They are working class heroes that make such a difference, not just in Liverpool, but farther afield. Might have just drifted offside there, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, but no VAR for this one.
But that's what we must remember, Pete, about what happens, and this is all about our foundation and what they do, and the unbelievable work behind the scenes that they do, because people just look at a football club, but we do have responsibilities to the people of Merseyside in particular, and the underprivileged, and I think we do an absolutely fantastic job.
Big men forward for Chelsea. First corner of the game, it's spun out towards Makelele, whose control was immaculate. Luther with another crossing opportunity, and it's Huth in there again. The clearance was from Steven Gerrard. Kuyt is isolated, but Ryan Babel with a chance now maybe to open up those long legs of his against Dennis Wise. Bit of a mismatch. Does well, Babel. Not going to shoot from out there. That might be the difference between him and a torn thigh, I think. Steven Gerrard. Kelly tried to find Kuyt again, and Chelsea survived that mini scare.
Yeah, it was quite. You looked at Ryan Babel there. He looked quite fit, didn't he? When he took on Madu, he picked his mark, didn't he? And Dennis Wise, and he just drifted past Dennis.
Dennis Wise, who scored the decisive goal when Chelsea beat Liverpool here back in 1992. Just reminded everybody of that as he's come through the tunnel at Anfield today. It's a wonderful pass from Gerrard to Gregory Vignal. Sizes up his opportunities. It was Kelly the furthest man forward, and it's Florent Malouda for Chelsea to bring it away.
What a good player he was as well, Florent Malouda. Oh my goodness, great skill, great left foot. What a player.
6 seasons he spent with Chelsea. Champions League winner in 2012. And Gallas, another one. Maybe just to point out, he is the man wearing 13, a grey beard now, but 5 very memorable seasons at Chelsea. And Makelele, who said at the top, Tom, who kind of redefined that defensive midfield position in Premier League.
He was wonderful, and you looked at him and he was so small, and he rolled people. We seen Ryan Gravenberch, sort of the way he sort of glides past people, but he was completely different. He was small, he knew his role, when to give it, when to keep hold of it, and he was the most fantastic. And you're quite right, he was the first one of his kind, if you want. Then we remember Fernandinho of Manchester City, and who could do it just as well. But Claude Makelele, what a player.
Jay Spearing. Nice from Dirk Kuyt. Biscan gets it on its way quickly. Martin Kelly will be asked to do that all day long, this, believe it or not. The first time he's played as a wing-back since he was 19, he was saying before. At 34, there'll be big expectations of him from Sir Kenny Dalglish.
Yeah, but he's another one of our group, isn't he, at LFC TV now, Martin, trying his hand at punditry.
Hasselbank out to Ramirez. Ramirez's cross off the backside of Ragnar Klavan, another one who's not long finished playing professionally. Gerrard to Spearing, Spearing out wide to Dirk Kuyt, and it's now Steven Gerrard carrying the weight in that number 9 position. He just ushers Ryan Babel a bit closer to him as Dirk Kuyt picks this one up. He was heading towards Babel as well, but well defended, and Steven Gerrard is giving Jay Spearing a right talking to there.
He was just asking for backup, you know, and in fairness, we had 4 in a row on the centre midfield, so obviously you shouldn't be squared on in that midfield position. And I think that's what Stevie was having a moan at. But in fairness, some of our crosses at the moment have been well dealt with by Huth, by William Gallas.
Bit of banter going on between Dennis Wise and Liverpool's bench at the moment as Momo Sissoko just bounded into the back of Dennis Wise as he laid that pass off to the youthful legs, relatively speaking, here of Florent Malouda. Hasselbank picks it up deep. Maybe a crossing opportunity there, but asking a lot of Dennis Wise.
He's the smallest man on the pitch, smaller than Jay.
He's enjoying himself, though.
Oh, not too right. And I know Dennis well, and what a great character. Besides being a good footballer, a great character, one of the great characters at the time. You look at him, and he made being small something special, because you had to sort of be aggressive, you had to be tough, you had to be hard, you had to have something different, and that was Dennis.
Scored that goal here in 92. Won't surprise you to know that he was sent off here as well.
No.
As a Chelsea player. And just on that score, there was a team talk delivered by Kenny Dalglish in the hotel this morning that lots of the players were in awe at. Just the command he has of the room, and lots of the team talk was serious as well. This is better. between Spearing and Gerrard. He might get the thumbs up of his skipper there, Jay Spearing. Count looking for Gerrard. This is lovely. Vignol, and blocked by Ryan Babel of all people. And they can't believe it. It was the best move by a country mile in the entire game.
Do you know what? Ryan will be so pleased that the linesman had his offside flag up. He was standing in offside position. You just see the movement here. He's probably in the goalkeeper's eye line, I take it. Well, what a setup by Steven.
That was going right in the top bin. I'm sure that one will be perused over later, and Babel trying to make up for it with a shot from a real distance.
Oh, I fancied that. That was Xabi Alonso-esque.
Worth a shot from Ryan Babel. Only retired in November.
I think that's why he sort of felt it. Like, how old is he?
Ryan Babel is 38, youngster.
Wow.
Player that signed from Hoffenheim, or signed for Hoffenheim after he left Liverpool. 3.5 years he spent on Merseyside. Probably the most memorable of that 3.5 years was being a neighbour of John Aldridge.
No.
Not sure whether the house parties were lively. He's on that other side now. Florian Malouda again, looking for Hasselbank, and he's got Ragnar Klavan for company. Jay Spearing ripping into the challenge, and then likely was Mo Sissoko as well. Kuyt picking it up, and it was asking an awful lot of Jay Spearing, who was just caught a bit flat-footed, and Chelsea with some numbers forward. Hasselbank wanted it early. Dennis Wise in that left-sided position now. It's John Obi Mikel. Kenny was, or Sir Kenny I should say, was making the point earlier that with 60,000 people here, yeah, it's a charity, but if there's a tackle to be made, make sure you go in for it. The crowd are here today to see a competitive game.
Well, you see, and Steven Gerrard's down there in a similar role.
Shot from distance from Basingwa, not going to trouble Jerzy Dudek.
And you see what...
Here's the shot on goal from Basingwa.
Yeah, he wasn't renowned for his striking rate, even as a fullback.
Martin Kelly. Second touch was heavy. He's been training with Salford City, Martin Kelly, but this is his Legends debut, which he was very excited about. His kids are here today to see him play. And Hasselbank.
And that's a big thing for the children, a lot of the players here today, the foreign players. Obviously, when they were playing, they were very young, probably didn't realise it. Now they're a little bit older.
Gallas with a crossing opportunity here, and Dudek was climbing. He did well. Oh, this first chance of asking there, trying to find Dirk Kuyt. Jerzy Dudek ended up in a crumpled heap on the ground. This is where calves, hamstrings and thighs are in danger, when a 50-odd-year-old fella thinks that he can do what he did back in the day, but he just got a little tickle from Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank on the way.
Just left his foot there a little bit.
So keepers will get warmed up, and it's a good chance to warm you up as well at home if you do have the opportunity and the ability to make a donation. Then just scan what you can see on the screen there, the QR code, and it will give you all the information that you need. Funds raised from the game today will help support some really wonderful work of the LFC Foundation, the place and the team that aim to tackle real social inequality in its communities by raising aspirations home and away as well. This is everything from providing food in the food banks to also opportunities for young people. And unfortunately, it looks like the last we will see of Jerzy Dudek. His last game professionally back in 2013, but it looks like maybe something's popped there in his groins.
I think Jimmy leaving his foot there just caught the end of his ankle. looks a little bit in pain. As you say, when you get even just a little bit older, people think, oh, well, you're still fit and you look fit and healthy, but you know, your body's just not the same. He's struggling there. Jersey coming off.
Being helped off the pitch by Scott Macaulay there, son of Hughie Macaulay, another Liverpool legend of the academy. And Scott will actually leave the club this week as well, so this will be his last action as a physio that will be kept very busy by these former Liverpool players. Also Paul Kelly down there as well, and Sander Westerveld is the man that will come on. 50-year-old, so a year younger than Jerzy Dudek, teammate of Arne Slot in his Sparta Rotterdam days of 2007 and 8. And what we should also point out at this stage is Sander Westerveld replaced by Jerzy Dudek back in the day, and Phil Thompson had a bit of a role to play in bringing Jerzy Dudek and Chris Kirkland to the club on the same day.
Yeah, but both of us, and I had gone to Warsaw to sign Jerzy Dudek, and I thought, yeah, it's great. We were signing this great, one of the best keepers in Europe. And while I was there, I get a phone call, and they said, oh, Phil, we're not going to sign Jerzy Dudek, we're going to sign Chris Kirkland. I said, what? I said, I've got all the press, the Dutch press, everybody's here to sort of witness him sign. And I said, we're not going to do it. I said, I'm not going to get out of Warsaw, this hotel. And anyway, cut a long story short, I give them the idea, wouldn't it be possible to sign the both of them? Because Sander, we were changing Sander, and they went, oh, that's a good idea, we'll have a word with the chairman, see if we can fund both of them. We were getting the best young goalkeeper in England, one of the best European goalkeepers who was a bit older. Thank goodness they didn't realise I was just taking care of myself and my backside.
We're pleased that you are still here to tell the tale.
Absolutely.
All these years later, but yeah, the rich tapestry of goalkeeping, and David James down there as well, who will also play today. What a step over that was from Steven Gerrard, and he was furious with Ryan Babel that he wasn't able to collect. And there could be a break on here. John Ovi Mikel, Hasselbank in front of him. It was a wonderfully timed run as well, and a real important block from Ragnar Klavan.
Yeah, it's a good run by Jimmy Floyd. Hasselbank sorted that inside left position, and it's a good ball by John Obi Mikel, because it's got to be good pace on it. It's just that he can't pick his feet up quick enough, and it's a good block by Klavan.
So Chelsea corner. Florent Malouda has gone across the take, and it's short to Babayaro. Jay Spearing back there helping out. Gerrard at the near post, and then with the subsequent clearance, and that will harmlessly find its way towards Sander Westerveld. So as he bowls it out, let's get down to the bench and see what's happening down there. Chelsea has got a Liverpool legend or two with her. Forward comes Martin Kelly here. Out towards Momo Sissoko. Danger is clear. I don't think they're ready, so let's stay with play here as Chelsea are on the attack again. We will be down with Chelsea very soon, who's got John Aldridge with her, and that's probably why she's distracted, because Aldo is never the most professional where TV is concerned, as you will know from across the years.
She's probably frightened to death.
Spearing just stopped in his tracks, and that will be a Liverpool free kick their way. Let's see if they're ready now. Should we get down to Chelsea? Chelsea, all yours.
Okay, here we are. Boys, 0-0. I'm in the management's bench. What are your thoughts? I don't know who to go to first. Changing any tactics?
My thoughts are I'm glad I'm not on the pitch, because I'm tired watching them.
But 0-0, we've almost just had a chance.
Yeah, look, it's going to be a competitive game. We've not played Chelsea before, and you can see that, you know, as much as they're older, they want it, don't they? So people are trying. There's just some tackles flying around. It's just good, because with such a big crowd here, you really want to put on a show, as much as you can do considering your age. But yeah, so it's a good occasion. It's good.
I was going to say Makelele flying into challenges there.
Well, there's a few, you know. They've not forgotten what they used to do well, and Jay Spearing's putting his foot in. Dennis Wise is still on the arc. You know, Wise, you know, he never changes. But we're trying to isolate, you know, one-on-one with Dennis, because he can't. Once you get past him, he's never going to catch you. So that's our plan in the second half, I think, if he stays on. But it's been quite lively. They've gone to the game a little bit more the last 5 minutes.
They haven't really had nothing though, have they? Well, you have changed keepers now. Dudek's come off.
Nothing too serious.
All right then, I might come back to you second half and see if any changes, but
We look forward to
good game, come on.
We look forward to it.
Come on.
Can't wait to see you again.
Right, back to you guys.
Always great to see them. John Barnes, 2 league titles, 2 FA Cups with Liverpool, and just a small matter of 79 caps for England. And Aldo must have one of the best goals per game ratios in a time when Liverpool could kind of sell on a player that scored so many goals, 60 odd in 104 games or something like that. I mean, he could create that in a computer game now.
Pete, just leave it. Come on, don't be bumming him up a little bit. He doesn't need it, although. No, but he is. His goals per game ratio is just stunning, and I don't think people give him the credit for what he actually did.
He would take 10 minutes on the pitch if you offered it to him now, even in his mid-60s. This is nice. Might still be a chance for Dirk Kuyt. There was a stretched foot out there from
Basingwa. He just got
his
foot to the ball.
Jay Spearing can't rescue it for Liverpool.
He's doing well, Jay. He's been a good anchor man in there for the team. Obviously a lot younger, a lot more energetic, a lot fitter. And it does come in handy.
He will be relied upon at least for an hour today, Jay Spearing, I think, from Sir Kenny Dalglish. At least an hour, yeah. Played 24 games for Liverpool's under-21s this season, Jay Spearing.
And it's good because some of the boys, and it does change, it's not like the all under-21s. You end up having a lot of sort of young lads, sort of 16-year-olds playing there, and sometimes you need an old head. And I did a similar thing when I was reserve team manager. And it does help the really young players.
Gallas has found himself in this position a few times as a right winger almost. Singwa's ball in. There was a test almost for Sander Westerveld, who will let that ball roll all the way out for a goal kick. And his goal kicks, by the way, if you are new to Liverpool or maybe don't remember Sander Westerveld playing, you can't half kick a ball.
Do you know, Sander was one of those players. I remember going with Joe Corrigan to watch him. I can't remember his Dutch team that he was playing for, but we were playing Ajax in the Ajax Arena. And, oh my goodness, besides being a good goalkeeper, his kicks, which was so important back in the day, I've never seen a goalkeeper kick it so far with such great accuracy. And he was quite, particularly when you got the likes of Emil Heskey up front with Michael Owen, he could pick Emil out all the time.
His son is a good young goalkeeper now as well, who's inherited that long kick of his dad's. I'm more concerned with golf these days than football, Sander Westerveld. And nice triangle there between Spearing, Gerrard and Kuyt. Gerrard wanted it back quicker. Spearing finds it. Little ping between the two. Kelly's forward as well if he needs to, and Gerrard's gone tumbling to the ground over the challenge of Huth. Spearing loves a tackle, and he's left the player in a heap. And it's Celestine Babayaro. This is what we came to see.
And it's nice when you can compete, and I think that's what the fans want. It's nice, and everybody's quite friendly. But if there's a tackle there to be won, certainly Jay's going to do it, Stevie's going to do it. Certain players down there, Momo Sissoko will do that. And it's important you give the crowd something, as long as you don't get hurt.
What I love at the age of 36, Jay Spearing is still desperate to impress a 44-year-old Steven Gerrard. Old jobs resumed. But as Tomo said, he's done well in there for them, Spearing, and they're starting to play a little bit Liverpool when they get the chance. Was asked to play as a deep-lying 6, Jay Spearing, but he is creeping further and further forward with each minute that passes.
And it happens when you are the younger one. Others, like Sir Stevie and other players, they like to rely upon them.
And he's finding his range now, and this is nice from Liverpool again. Dirk Kuyt and Kelly with the chance to cross, almost. And he gets the round of applause from his skipper.
It was nearly inch perfect. Stevie had just wound his leg up to volley that home, and it was a great touch by Bosingwa.
If it was a film script, you would say that he's just warming up for that goal at the Kop end in the second half.
Yeah, well, he'll be vying with Peter Crouch for those overheads, won't he? It's
trying not to tempt fate here, but Steven Gerrard is carrying a bit of a knock, so we might not see him for the entirety of this game, as much as we would like to see him. Spearing and Wise and a tangle, it was bound to happen. And it's starting to become less friendly as the minutes pass.
Well, why is he pointing his finger at Jay?
I don't mind a bit of this, though. I don't mind a bit of this.
And Jay's like, that was the least of the tackles, that one.
Let's take another look.
Jay flicks it up there, and the two players go together. I think I can. Let me tell you, why is he just saying? If he does that one more time, he's going to get it.
I got there as quick as I could, ref. Roberto Di Matteo is down in the technical area as well. And this is the move from a bit earlier on that just came ever so close.
Oh, you just Stevie, his eyes lit up from it. He was just ready for it, but again, the ball not reaching its target. Stevie having a little bit of banter with Dennis there.
Well, we're in a game, Tomo. 28.5 minutes in. Malouda trying to find the furthest man forward was Robert Huth, the centre-back. And he's got a bit of a target on his back here, Jay Spearing. We'll watch that one closely as Dirk Kuyt brings it away. Double Dutch here with Ryan Babel. Gerrard was wanting the faded ball in for his run, but couldn't quite find him, Ryan Babel.
Yeah, just looking at Momo Sissoko there, he's just pulled up. He is not good at all. He needs to be watched. Just watch him, you can see him there. He's just
only turned 40 in January. He'll be another one that they were reliant upon to play quite a few minutes today, but yeah, let's keep an eye on that.
You can see him there, he's just limping.
They do have options on the bench, Liverpool, from a midfield perspective. Not too many centre-backs available to them, but we've got Gonzalez can do a job, and Aurelio as well, Albert Riera. Gerrard again looking likely.
The same one again, Bosingwa. I think he's doing a little bit of covering for William Gallas. So I don't know which one's playing centre-back. But it was nearly another perfect ball. Good defender, by the way.
Across he comes in front of the travelling Chelsea fans, which is why he clenched his fist. He's tired of hearing that song from the Chelsea fans, but they will outsing the Chelsea fans. Liverpool swinging ball in. It was a header coming in from Sami Hyypiä.
Do you know the sad thing about football is it's not just the Chelsea fans that sang that song. All the other teams that sing it.
Sammy thinks that was a pen.
Oh, Sammy.
No VAR today, Sam.
Do you know? It's Dennis has got hold of him round the waist. Well, he'd have to, wouldn't he? He couldn't grab hold of him anywhere else.
He gave him a kiss, though, just in case he was angry at the challenge. Sami Hyypiä, who I said he was 51 before. He runs 10 kilometres on the treadmill every single day, you know. He's probably not far off his playing weight.
Does he do those rallies on the super bikes and things? It's quite extraordinary because you see the size of Sammy, 6'4", getting on one of those bikes. He'd look quite awkward, but apparently.
So Chelsea are sizing up a change. I think Celestine Babayaro making his way off, and if you are able to, as Natasha Dowie also makes her way towards the touchline to make history. We'll talk about her in just a second, but it's the 9th Legends game so far. Over £7.5 million raised in vital funds that benefit people both in the Liverpool City region and internationally. The QR code will appear on your screen for you to donate if you can. Just take a picture of it and it will tell you the rest. We really appreciate every single penny that will come our way. So Natasha Dowie comes on for Momo Sissoko. And what a wonderful moment for Tash, Liverpool women's record goal scorer, who had 2 spells with the Reds, back-to-back league winner in 2013 and 2014. She has scored here before against Arsenal in 2013, but she will join the play in what looks like the good old-fashioned number 9 position that she loves so much, but the first woman to play in an LFC Legends game, which is a big, big moment for her and her family.
Yeah, I've done quite a few things for LFC, the foundation, but corporate events, and she's very, very proud to sort of hold that esteem of being able to play, and the more that she does, there's a first touch.
Really good link-up player in her time with Liverpool as well, really tidy feet, and as you know, record goal scorer for Liverpool. She scored in most of the games that she played in, and still a fierce competitor as well. Another youngster, relatively speaking, in the Liverpool lineup, as they will get a free kick in a decent area. She's only 36, Tash. And Chelsea also have Katie Chapman amongst their squad. 42, one of their most decorated players, but this is a good area for Liverpool for me, the set play.
I just feel it's a little bit far out for Stevie to have a striker goal. But then again, it's Steven Gerrard, isn't it? It makes the impossible possible.
It's a good lineup as well. With big players towards the back of the shop, and in comes that cross. It's John Obi Mikel in the way. Makelele found a way. And so did Tash Dowie. And it was an accident, but Makelele felt the full force of that one.
Yeah, he did. Let's hope he's all right. He did ride it a little bit, but Dirk comes in, is just a little bit late, as you often do. Great feet by Makelele. Dirk takes him out as well. And do you know these Chelsea players, because I don't know how many games, Legends, they will have played, but this will be one of the few. How good will they feel to be playing here in a packed Anfield? They went, oh my goodness, when they first agreed to do it, they probably wouldn't have realised that there's actually so many people come to these games, because I believe Spurs have organised a Legends game.
Tash Dowie is really putting herself about here.
She's took out Ramirez there. But it is so the Chelsea players to play this in this game. It's so great for them. I say Spurs have just done. Apparently Spurs have only sold 15,000 tickets. So this is quite extraordinary how we can keep on pulling these.
Dirk out from distance. And they're just down to 10 men here temporarily, Chelsea. The injury that Claude Makelele has picked up, one of the greatest in that position. Part of the Chelsea team in 04-05 that won the Premier League with 95 points. Just caught him, Tash Dowie, just beneath the shin pad, and he's just getting some treatment just out of your picture at the moment. And Tash Dowie making friends with Dennis Wise, who probably just had a little bit of a look at the number. She's made an impact since she's come on. It's a game, and Chelsea have not got a massive squad. Might need to make a change in just a second. Loic Remy, who's come on for Chelsea, and it was slightly overcooked, the pass there. Came very close to joining Liverpool, you might remember.
Yeah.
Back in 2013, I think it was. 2014, when he was a QPR player. There was a problem with his medical. Chelsea nipped in. Arsenal also wanted to sign him, but he came very, very close to becoming a Liverpool player. He will want to impress at Anfield. And again, he's another one at 38 that is a relative youngster. Bit of space here for Dowie. Gerrard. Good sign to see here. Claude Makelele is ready to come back on again. Jay Spearing out to Dirk Kuyt, who's Come a little bit deeper now with Dowie's introduction. Kelly into Ryan Babel. Rolling back the years there with that step over.
Yeah, I remember that.
Looking to take on Huth. And Liverpool will get a corner from that. But they should have got a corner, as everybody is testifying to in that far corner.
He goes past him.
Gary Cahill's going to come on for Chelsea in a moment as well. There was talk down there in the tunnel before that Roberto Di Matteo was going to get a kit on at 54 because they were so short of players, but he looks $1 million in the cap and the full suit. Dennis Wise will come off. Oh, it's John Harley, in fact, who will come on for them. Roberto Di Matteo probably saying to Dennis Wise there, I brought you off before you started a fight.
And he's a wonderful character, Dennis. He's great company. And it's just having a drink with him, having a chat with him. He's full of beans all the time, and he's like that as a player. You see him down there with all the other players at the moment, and I know he will be feeling special.
Really done well, didn't he, at the mid-50s point to be playing 35 minutes of a game that really has caught some flames in the last 15 minutes or so. Sami Hyypiä did well. And John Harley, who's just come on wearing 34 for Chelsea, the assistant manager at Portsmouth. So a weekend off for him.
What a great signing Sami Hyypiä was. I think it was 2.2 million. And the games that he played, the sort of player that he was, who could touch more.
Really well, Kelly. Swapping passes there with Dirk Kuyt. Vignal to Babel. A good move this from Liverpool to Kuyt. Couldn't grow enough. Still alive though. It's that block on from Gary Cahill.
It's a good move. Great move. But going back to Sami Hyypiä again, what a great fella. He was so cool and calm in all situations and getting. I remember when we first bought him, people going, he's not very quick, is he? So when he finished, people were going, it's not very quick, is he? But he read the game so well. Him and Stefan Henshaw, what a great partnership they were.
Babel out to Vignal. Crossing opportunity maybe. Kelly in that centre-forward position again. Gerrard recycles it now for Biscan. They're industrious, this Liverpool midfield, aren't they? Dowie dispossessed by Gianfranco Zola. Kelly was slightly too robust in his attempts to win it back. Chelsea free kick. He's taken over the armband as well, Gianfranco Zola, who was telling a story recently that Sir Alex Ferguson locked him in a room when he was trying to sign him. He was almost promised to Manchester United and decided to sign for Chelsea instead.
Again, another player with great presence.
Gerrard out to Martin Kelly. He's taken to this wing-back role really well. Step over attempt from Dowie, almost got Dirk Kuyt in. And Basingwa, who's done so well for Chelsea in this game so far. Flag has eventually gone up against Florian Malouda, and Sander Westerveld made himself big just in case. 6 seasons he had with Chelsea, Malouda. He actually recently joined the Army Reserve, you know, in France.
Yeah.
He's still a fit lad. Kelly finds Dowie. Still bodies forward for Liverpool here. She's great at this, Dowie, just finding little pockets of space. Half a claim for an offside, but the resultant ball not great.
Now, players getting a little bit tired now, leading to half-time, need a bit of a breather, I think.
They've got plenty of help on the bench. And I think Peter Crouch will get a big cheer second half. I know Tomo's eager to see him. Challenge on Sami Hyypiä from Hasselbank. Liverpool have played quickly. Gerrard from distance. Half an apology to the fans as well as his teammates for trying that one.
They were willing him to hit this one. It was set up for him, and again he just it's not either bending it or it's not even putting power in it. It just flew over the top.
He's moved heaven and earth to play in these games over the years, Steven Gerrard. I remember the game a couple of years ago when he was in bed with flu and they were delivering all kinds of medicinal medicines to him to try and get him through the game. He ended up playing something like 75 minutes, I think, in the game the next day. Still doesn't lose its appeal. Still says he gets nerves to play in these games at Anfield.
Yeah, I was seeing him before the game, and he was saying, he said, I feel nervous all the time.
Picked up by Ramirez. Slow it, Remy, away on that left-hand side. In the closing stages of this first half, players will be willing no time to be added on at the end. Remy was alive, but so was Martin Kelly, and Westerveld taking no chances. Westerveld's a real common sight at Anfield still, and at Liverpool games generally, as he works for a TV company over in Holland. Golf partner of Arne Slot, by the way.
Well, there you go.
Still close.
But he is, you see Sander a lot here at the games. He comes in, he loves just being at Anfield, just being around the place and doing his punditry work.
Chelsea getting a rare opportunity of possession in Liverpool's final third. And you know that competitive edge of Sir Kenny Dalglish better than me. He will be desperate to see Jay Spearing stay on the pitch as long as possible here.
Oh, absolutely, because although he's not as energetic as he was earlier on, he's managing his minutes. It's like Stevie at this moment, he's just managing his minutes because he'll want to come out the second half. They want to play as long as they can.
Ryan Babel saw that space, and it's Kelly with a foray forward, just dragged it a bit. The former Liverpool youngster.
Lucky Martin. Next time I work with him on LFC TV, hit the target, son, hit the target.
Embracing you in a Ronnie Moran there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just in case you're just joining us, he said he's only played that position once in his life as a 19-year-old for Liverpool. And at 34, there he is, tearing forward and backwards as a right wing back. And that is the final action. Right on the button of 45 minutes. Steven Gerrard has been, as ever, Liverpool's main danger man. He fancied one from distance. Natasha Dowie's put herself about as well. Chelsea have certainly felt the force of her, but she'd be so eager to get a goal in the second half. But really, a game that is just starting to gain some kind of temperature. No goals, but I think we will get one in the second half as Liverpool attack the Kop end. 0-0 at the break at Anfield.
We are here at Anfield today to celebrate Mark Henderson as LFC Community Captain as part of the Premier League's More Than a Game campaign. Mark is a senior coordinator who works on the Red Neighbours Community Programme funded by the Premier League Professional Footballers Association.
We're all here for big and go, but before we do, we've got our very own Bill Bygroves. Bill, come on down.
When I was younger, so much younger than today.
I'm very, very lucky to work with Mark. We do quite a lot of stuff together. The Red Neighbours, it's all about social isolation. They do bingo sessions, they do yoga sessions. So the work that he does in the community, helping others, is inspirational to see.
Brilliant! Well done! Thanks, Bill.
We are here today to play bingo, but also we have a very special guest, Alison, who will be presenting Mark and telling him all about his award.
Please welcome Mr. Alison Becker.
Hello everybody. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Very nice to meet you. All right. It's a pleasure to be here with you, and let's keep running the fun. 21-2-1.
That's the age of most of the women in here, aren't they?
Oh, here we go. Congratulations, yeah. We'd like to announce here our Premier League community captain, Mr. Mark. And we would like to invite you for the Wolves game on the next month. Congratulations. It's amazing to see the work that the LFC Foundation is doing with the community. That means a lot.
Thank you. He's a hero of mine. Yeah. I love him. He's given me some of the best nights of my life. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And it means a lot to the community for you to come out, and I can't thank you enough.
Well, it means a lot for me as well to have touch with people and to see that Liverpool is always taking care of their own, and that means a lot for us players. I hope you keep doing your great work for the community.
All the work Mark does during the week in the community, supporting locals, keeping them healthy and active, is great to see, and we are very proud of him at LFC Foundation.
Congratulations, Mark. You deserve all the best.
Your supports will provide amazing education opportunities for school children in Liverpool. A donation of £10 would provide an emotional wellbeing support toolkit for young people in our communities. £20 will provide a mental health workshop for a local school. And a £50 donation will provide a food hamper that will feed a family of 4 who are struggling through the cost of living crisis. Make a donation today and help change a life tomorrow. Your support really does make a difference.
Well, I know you're not great with international breaks. You miss the real Liverpool first team when the games go missing, but this has been a decent game. We hope you found us entertaining today. The former Liverpool players who are doing their bit out there, they will attack the Kop end in the second half. No goals to speak of, but it's been a decent game, Phil Thompson.
It has been a decent game, and we've dominated most of it. We've probably played together a little bit more than what the Chelsea lads, but Chelsea at times, just on the break, have been very good, but we do look the more likely to score.
The attendance has just been given out a couple of seconds ago as well. 58,865. So many of the people here today will be experiencing this stadium for the first time, Tomo.
And it's so nice just arriving at the stadium today, and so many kids, so many youngsters, and you can see the excitement in the face. And that's what it's all about, because they are the next generation. They can't get tickets for Premier League games. That's special.
We haven't been able to produce a goal for you so far, but we're confident that will change in the second half. Let's take a look at some of the incidents for you in the first half. And you might not believe me to say that it was a player that maybe from the treble season you wouldn't have really linked with goals, really. And Gregory Vignol came closest.
Yeah, he did. It was a little bit of a chance there. It's on his wrong foot, and it hits Ryan Babel of all people. But it is nice to see Gregory there. Just wish it had been on his left foot.
That's going to threaten the goal, that, isn't it? This opportunity for Liverpool.
And what a great layoff by Stevie, right in his path. It was terrific.
What we've also seen is Martin Kelly at the age of 34. He's been training with Salford City very recently, making his Legends debut. He's been very active up and down that right wing, and he was involved in another decent opportunity here for Liverpool.
Yeah, and so we should be, for goodness sake. I'm with Martin all the time. He's fit as a fiddle. He does get a great opportunity here. He just drags his shot.
Oh, this is the cross for Stevie.
Oh, this is well, it was twice this, which it's just, and it was the same player, Bosingwa, who just got a little nick to take it away from Stevie.
He was just winding up, wasn't he, the Liverpool skipper? But he's been very, very lively. Let's hope that hasn't had an impact on any of his muscles there, Steven Gerrard, who saw the funny side of what he was poised to do. Sammy Hippier as well at the age of 51, really proud to be one of Liverpool's elder statesmen here. And we saw him threaten from set plays so often and almost got one here.
Yeah, he is. I think he's the biggest player on the pitch there, and he just gets ahead. He just can't direct it. Dennis Wise has got hold of him round the waist, which prevents him from getting a proper good glancing header on it. And he just laughs at him because Dennis grabbing him. It's a bit of a mismatch.
He gave him a kiss to make up for it, just out of the shot there. Sammy doesn't play any five-a-side football anymore, he was saying, but he does play ice hockey to almost a semi-professional level at the age of 51, but came close there. And Martin Kelly, who's part of VAR maybe next time we're here at Anfield against Everton, but yeah, great to see him back. Yeah, Martin Kelly, who's part of our team now on LFC TV, might get a little bit of stick off Phil Thompson next time he sees him, because he should have scored here, you think?
Well, I do think he should have hit the target, and that's the big thing. And you want your younger players. Good ball from Ryan Babel, and he comes forward with it, and it's a good strike, but I don't think anybody's worked either goalkeeper. But what an opportunity for Martin. He could have relished that next time on LFC TV.
Maybe he's saving it for a goal at the Kop end in the second half, but he will really have enjoyed this first half here at Anfield. It's produced no goals, but when I say that it has been an entertaining afternoon, it's also had a part to play in some of the challenges that have taken place. Now, Dennis Wise has gone off the pitch, but him and Jay Spearin had a little bit of a semi-tear up in that first half. But of all people, one of the nicest women you will ever meet, Tash Davi was the one who really set fire to this in the first half.
Oh, she did. I was with her the other night doing something for the club in a panoramic, and she said, I was a feisty player, and I'm going to be like that on the day. I'm going to make it hard for the centre-backs. But that's Tash Davi. She just wants to put herself about and to enjoy this occasion.
She put herself about all right where Claude Makelele was concerned. And it was more the central midfield players that she was getting involved with here, but thankfully he's okay. But it was one that caught him probably just beneath his shin pad here.
Yeah, I was looking at Makelele, and I wasn't sure whether he had shin pads on or not, which would be a bigger impact on his shins. And it was just Tash just arrived a bit late.
She got there as quick as she could, as the old adage always was, where former players were concerned. But yeah, I think it's just going to turn into a proper football match in the second half. If you can get involved, and we know times are tough for everybody at the moment, but if you can make any kind of donation, no matter what the amount, funds raised from the game today will help support the fantastic work that goes on at the LFC Foundation. Please know that your support really does make a difference. Scan this QR code that's on screen now if you wish to donate, or head to liverpoolfc.com/donate for further details of how you can support the LFC Foundation. We really, really appreciate you, even if you can't donate for today. Going to take a quick breather here. We'll be back with the second half very soon. And this big fella, I think, is going to make his introduction very soon. Won't it be great to see him?
My name is Shogi, I'm from Sudan, I'm 18, and I live in Kenny. My passion is I like to play football.
We deliver free football sessions to engage with the refugee and asylum seeker community group. It's to give them an opportunity to play in a safe environment, improve their physical health, but more importantly make social connections with other people that have gone through similar journeys as them.
I found it through Activate Support Services, and my social worker told me about it. It's a very supportive thing, you know. It gets you the chance to meet some new friends and enjoying playing football with the teammates.
Shaggy's very much like a role model within the group. He comes and engages in things that are for his community group and that are there for the people he knows, but also he engages in other sort of Liverpool facilities. He's trying to upskill himself in college, etc.
I'm an open person, and I don't mind leading other people inside and outside the pitch. The most important thing is to listen to their opinions and responding to their opinion of what they say.
He's part of our core football team now we have from the group. I suppose he's like the captain of that group where I go to distribute information if we have events or tournaments to go to. All these people, they find it really challenging to communicate together. And they'll use football to harmonise and create social connections.
I really appreciate like the stuff, giving them opportunities to play football and meeting each other and stuff like that.
Red Together is our commitment to champion equality, diversity and inclusion.
It's part of who we are as a club and all that we do.
It makes us stronger on the pitch
and off the pitch. It's how we celebrate what makes us different.
Oh my God! It's how we celebrate our diverse supporters from across the world and champion inclusion.
It's one of the many things that makes Liverpool Football Club so special.
It's part of the fabric of the club.
And at the heart of all that we do.
How are you? Good?
Wow, this is so much to process.
We are together in our fight against discrimination.
Our club is for everyone.
Your supports will provide amazing education opportunities for school children in Liverpool. A donation of £10 would provide an emotional wellbeing support toolkit for young people in our communities. £20 will provide a mental health workshop for a local school. And a £50 donation will provide a food hamper that will feed a family of 4 who are struggling through the cost of living crisis. Make a donation today and help change a life tomorrow. Your support really does make a difference.
Welcome back to this wonderful stadium. Hopefully you're enjoying a weekend off from the stress of just being in pursuit of 3 points as Liverpool tried to bounce back from that disappointment from Wembley last weekend. So I know it's a bit of a busman's holiday, but please enjoy today. In that, you know, it'd be nice to get a Liverpool win, but it doesn't completely reliant upon success. Maybe some last-minute nerves from Peter Crouch, who's going to come on in this second half. And there were some rumours that were swirling around the tunnel before the game that Steven Gerrard might only play 30 minutes of this Legends encounter today, but I can tell you that he will come on for the second half. Liverpool will make quite a few changes to the 11 that started, and Gerrard will survive and play that second half. Ragnar Klavan will stay on, as will Martin Kelly, which won't surprise you, as the two of the younger Liverpool players. But in case you're just joining us, it was Jerzy Dudek who started the game, and Sander Westerveld replaced him, but Westerveld will stay in goal. But Benayoun, Gonzalez, Riera, Cinema Pongolle, and also Dibriel Cissé, as well as Peter Crouch, will make their introduction into this second half. So fresh legs for Liverpool, Tomo, which in games like this, which kind of teetered on the edge of competitive nature as well, will probably be what Liverpool need to kick into the Kop end.
I think it does as well, because it can be tiring. I know people look at the lads and see them being sort of quite fit, but it is difficult to sort of get yourself through. So your main players, you know, your Jay Spearings, your Stevie G's, your Martin Kellys, and then it's 3 of the centre-backs maybe don't have to sort of be substituted, but probably will do.
Gonzalez, who will be fondly remembered in these parts. He had a heart scare, remember, at 36. It was a real difference maker against Man United when he played against the Legends, and you just have to smile when this fella's name comes into your head. And Peter Crouch He actually lost the bet at Cheltenham last weekend, Peter Crouch, and had to buy 1,000 pints of Guinness.
What a wonderful loss.
I don't think Guinness is very cheap at Cheltenham either, is it?
No, it's not either. It must be about 40 quid a pint or something. So, but good lad, if he lost the bet and he honoured it. But he's such a great character, and he's one of the guys who just nothing seems to have changed in his life. In Anna's wife, you see them and you think how good they get on. People talk about the Beckhams and all that, and probably they are in the stratosphere. But these guys are so down to earth. It is just wonderful to see. Hopefully Crouchy can entertain us with an overhead kick.
He's making his Liverpool Legends debut, one of many more to come, we hope, in Liverpool colours. He's another youngster, he's only 44. 134 games he played for Liverpool, 42 goals, but as Tomo was recalling before, do you remember the acrobatic effort that he scored here against Galatasaray? In Champions League, he scored a perfect hat-trick as well. You might remember back in 2007, the old left foot, right foot header.
Did it take him about 19 games or something to score his first goal? And I think that was a bit dubious as well.
Yeah, 19 games, spot on, Tomo.
Was it? 19
games he waited,
wow.
And then scored 13 more in the 49 that came after that. Wow. Lots of the iconic strikers take a while, don't they, just to find their feet.
Don't let's talk about Aldo again.
I wouldn't run the risk of doing that a second time. But yeah, Liverpool fresh, but Chelsea have not got a great number of players in their squad. I'm not sure whether Liverpool was too entertaining for them last night, and a few of them phoned in sick this morning, but most of the players that played the first half have come out for the second as well.
Because it did.
Aurelio's ball forward. It looks for Riera. Obi Mikel was really cool and calm in his clearance.
Can I just get something off my chest quickly, Pete?
Go on.
Sammy Hupia in bright yellow boots. Igor Biscan in white boots. The centre backs, for goodness sake. I'm just looking at them and thinking, oh, come on, boys, get wise.
Bennigan swapping passes with Gonzalez and Cisse involved as well. This coming from a man that wasn't allowed long sleeve shirts when Ronnie Moran was involved in the coaching setup. We just break off for a second as Basing will, well, almost try. Go on.
Yeah, but it did. Ronnie was like that. He always told me, even in the winter, the depths of winter, I had to wear short sleeves. And he said because it makes you too comfortable and you go asleep. I need you awake and alive and organising people. I used to think how hard he was on me, but he was quite correct.
I just love stories like that.
He used to moan as well, because anybody who got a cut or anything like that, he said, don't let Tomo have a look at it. He said, because it upset me that much.
And we remember him 8 years on to the day since he passed away, Ronnie Moran.
A proper legend of the club, and we use that too loosely, but Ronnie was one of those unsung heroes who was absolutely so vital to us. And you look at all my guys and everything, and Souness, Hansen, Dalglish, anybody who was anybody at our football club, what a big part Ronnie Moran played in their lives.
Riera lively. Crouch involved. Gerrard winding up as he always did with that daisy cutter across. Up goes Crouch. Might drop still for Alba Riera. And it's again Basingwa in the way. He's defended so well for Chelsea. Gerrard just shrugging Obi Mikel away. Horan Cinema Pongo out to Kelly. Stands one up for Crouch, and he got a shout from Mark Gonzalez as he just shake to get out of the way of it.
And I think it's come off him. Reminiscent of Ryan Babel in the first half.
Nice cross from Kelly, that.
It is a bit more excitement, a bit crosses in there, and Peter Crouch's eyes just opened wide.
Kelly's really enjoyed himself today, and you just saw a picture there before of Mark Gonzalez. He might not enjoy himself tomorrow because he's Miami based, and talk was before he might have to fly back separate from his wife because of his Chilean nationality. I'm not sure whether he's had some problems with his passport or something, but he might get an extra night in Liverpool, which I don't think he would complain about, would he?
Yeah, his wife going back before him seems to be... Well, it is. There's been all kinds of sort of headaches, hasn't it, from what happened with Heathrow.
It's a hard life, isn't it, Miami?
Wow.
Claude Makelele has shrugged off the Tashdawi challenge and is still out there now. 52 he is. Finished at PSG, but also played for Real Madrid, won leagues in France, Spain and England. And he still looks like he could play. Riera is doing really well as a manager at the moment. We'll talk about that in a second, just as he's brought down in his
Where is he then?
His full flow. So he was doing his badges for a number of years. He took over the Slovenian team, Olimpijana Ljubljana, in 2022. He was at Bordeaux very briefly. They had some financial problems. But Crouch is still sniffing about there. He's now at a club in Slovenia, NK Selcha, who did well in the Conference League this season. They're in the quarterfinals. They play Fiorentina, his team, in the quarterfinals of Conference League, so doing really well.
I've looked at those teams in the Conference League. I think my Falcon side and Kirby could have done well in that, you know.
I wouldn't bet against it. Jean-Obi Mikel is waiting for the run of Flora Malouda, brought down by Gonzalez, and it will be a free kick Chelsea's way. Probably comes as good news to the players that there will be not extra time or penalties should this finish level pegging at the end.
It's always nice though, the penalties, isn't it? Because you'll keep the crowd here if there is penalty kicks and it's known about it. I don't think there's any hardship. My goodness, if we had to get put through after 120 minutes against PSG, I'm quite sure these lads could just go 90 minutes and take pens.
I say there's no pens. The players might decide that they would quite like to settle it with penalties. You know how these games often work. But Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank used to like a shot from distance.
Well, it is 20 years since Istanbul.
Hasselbank maybe against Sander Westerveld, and he had to be down quickly to that Westerveld. I wouldn't say he was down quickly, but he was down as quickly as he could be.
It was a decent save by Sander. He gets it round the wall, doesn't he? It's... You have to have a word, the wall not doing its job. Come on, Kenny.
Well done, Big Sander. He's been involved in most things that have been positive about Chelsea, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank.
It's good to see Jimmy still out there. It shows the character of him that he wants to be out again.
Yeah, his cross in, and it was Cisse. He thinks there was a push, but then he should really have put it away. Gabriel Cisse. It was a buffet ball. Help yourself.
Oh, what a great ball. This is so good. He's probably caught it too well. It's come right off the meat of his head when he just glanced the ball. I don't think the keeper would have had a chance.
Aldo's wondering whether he'd have put that one away, even at his tender years. This is a wonderful family, Gabriel Cisse's as well, Phil. And you know, because your son's worked across the academy setup, but he's got 3 sons, all footballers. Prince with the under-18s of Liverpool, he's their current right back. 2 other sons as well, one at Notts County, one at Notts Forest. This is John Harley in the Liverpool penalty area. But there must be something in the genes of the Cisse's.
Well, it is, and Gerard Houllier himself signed Gibril. He was so excited, went to see him out in Paris. And it was wonderful. We met in Gerard Houlier's apartment in Paris to sort of go through and entice him to come to Liverpool. Me and Jacques Crevossier, who was our French coach at the time. And lo and behold, Gibril brought his pet dog, and it absolutely dirtied the floor of Gerard's white shag pile carpet. And Gerard absolutely tore a strip, not off Gibril, not off me, but off Jacques Crevossier. He blamed him.
It was a move that maybe almost never came off as a result of that. Frank Sinclair will come on soon, as will Katie Chapman, was the other player you saw down there as well, former Chelsea women's captain.
Well, it could be a chance of an own goal then with Frank, couldn't it? Does he hold the record, I believe, of most own goals in the Premier League?
Loic Remy has not really appeared to be a player in the last couple of minutes that Liverpool fans will be desperately upset that they never signed. He's not really found his feet today. But Riera's been involved since he's come on. Crowd just needs something to awaken them here. What a wonderful ball that was from Fabio Aurelio. Out to Cinema Pongolle. Crouch was climbing! It was the goal that he dreamed of last night. And there goes the robot too.
Oh my goodness, Crouchy, Crouchy, Crouchy!
He seemed to enjoy that almost as much as he did back in the day. What a wonderful header. Don't tell me they don't take these games seriously.
Well, you see, not just the delight in Peter, but the delight in every single player. And it was absolutely, it was an astonishing. We've just seen it again, great ball in. It's got the pace, it's got the power in the cross, and it just needs to be met correctly. What a good header by Crouchy. Oh my goodness, we donate the money back to him for all those pints of Guinness he had to pay for at Cheltenham.
Well, I've been told by the backroom staff that he's got more people on his guest list tonight for the after-show party than anybody else in the Liverpool squad, and I think that robot might be making an appearance later as well. A wonderful way to open the scoring. Katie Chapman on for Chelsea. And just as I was saying, the Kop end needed something to get them going. And I tell you what, Fabio Aurelio's ball out to Florence Cinema Pongolle in the first place was almost Virgil van Dijk-like.
No, absolutely. It was a fantastic, fantastic ball. And as I was saying to you before the game, it's hard for these guys to hit those sort of passes. There was nothing wrong with that one.
Cinema Pongolle takes the opportunity to go to ground.
Yeah, Florin again, another one who people maybe not remember having such a big part to play in that Olympiacos game, scoring one of those goals in one of the real great nights at Anfield. And he did, he was such an important part of that night.
Scored in that goal, or that game rather, alongside Neil Mellor, that might be forgotten about those two. But
absolutely.
Steven Gerrard with the iconic goal. Actually,
what a hit, son.
Yes. Actually scored in the first game when Liverpool defended the Champions League against Real Betis in 2005. Riera's come across the other side to take this one left-footed. Maybe should have stayed where he was. Martin Kelly again with the support of Florence Cinema Pongolle, who provided the first cross. Second one was always wound up for an attempt like that from Peter Crouch. Gerrard in acres. He's been a good outlet, hasn't he, the Frenchman? To his fellow Frenchman Cissé, and look at that from Gerrard. This is brilliant from Liverpool. Basingwa, as he has often been, just that final block on for Chelsea.
Yeah, it's been a prominent part, hasn't he? Cutting out a lot of the crosses, too particular in the first half. Good touches with his head, and then again, right position.
Peter Crouch, who will not only have dreamt of the goal last night, but maybe an opportunity for some acrobatics as well.
He was trying he made it famous, didn't he? That sort of overhead kick.
The LFC Foundation are the recipients of any support that you might be able to offer them today. And this year the LFC Foundation will use a large proportion of any money raised from this game to support its health programmes. That's physical and mental well-being programmes for people of all across the age range. If you can, scan that QR code and it will tell you all you need to know about donating any money today. Anything Aurelio can do, Florence Cinema Pongolle can do better. He's found Riera, and once again, it's just found a Chelsea body in the way of it. Frank Sinclair challenge on Mark Gonzalez. Scored a League Cup winning goal for them, Frank Sinclair, back in the day. Needed that challenge from Ragnar Klavan. It will go out for a Chelsea corner.
Well, it was important. So Ragnar there getting his foot to the ball. As low as Remy could have been away. Ida good Johnson. Do you know, Pete, when I see Ida Good Johnson, I think of one thing. That big game here at Anfield, in the last minutes of the game, ball from his right-hand side flashing across, and he can't sort his feet out to put it into the back of the net. And the look on Jamie Carragher's face going, oh, thank goodness for that.
He'd scored a couple of famous goals against Liverpool. Adigun Johnson is preparing to come on just beneath us at the moment. Corner will be taken though. Huth is forward, and it's really brave defending again from Martin Kelly. Still a chance here for Huth, and it needed it. The big two hands of Sander Westerveld. What a moment for him.
What a save, Sander. What a save. Point blank header, not as good as Peter Crouch's because it doesn't go in. But great trick on the right-hand side. Point blank header is a Robert Huth, I think, gets that header. He's looking to do a Peter Crouch celebration.
Thought it was in, didn't he? Dutchman against Dutchman. Jose Mourinho actually famously threw his Premier League winners' medal, Robert Huth's, into the crowd when they won the Premier League title back in the day. Katie Chapman did really well against Ibriel Cissé, who felt he was fouled.
Now, come on, Jibril. That could be a big moment, that, Sander, in the game.
Great that the goalkeepers get those moments, isn't it, in games like these as well?
Because both Jersey and Sander have not had a lot to do. So it's nice to show their bit. You wonder when David's coming on, David James.
Yeah, David James will come on soon. Adigun Johnson for Chelsea as well. And it's right on cue, isn't it, after a great save from Sander Westerveld. He will not be too unhappy to come off the pitch after that. Chelsea have a player down over on the far right-hand side.
Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank was one. Oh no, it wasn't.
Peter Crouch picks it up. Crossed it the first time of asking, and Cissé was in there. Still alive here for Florence Sinama-Pongolle. He's fouled, did well there to win the foul from Florent Malouda. And they're friends, these two. He's just asking him what he was doing. I'll remember that.
Didn't seem too happy, did he?
Oh yeah, just like a little follow-up there. Yeah.
He's a little bit, he's quite malicious there, to be honest. I think Florent was looking up at him and saying, "You being serious?" Even Jake Spearing didn't do anything like that.
Give him half a chance, he'll be back on, and Chelsea will make the change here. Adigun Johnson will come on. The old blonde locks have gone. And David James will come on. Michael Messiaen is the player to make way. David James thankfully will go and keep Liverpool's goal at the Anfield Road end, not the Kop end, where he saved a penalty from a 12-year-old boy a couple of months ago in a half-time penalty shootout. And he made absolutely no apology for it as well, which won't surprise you.
Shame on.
But he is a record holder in the Premier League. Steven Gerrard leaves it for Aurelio. I'm not sure whether that was planned.
Stevie's looking at him there. What? This is my ball. This is my ground. These are my fans. You're taking that off me.
Well, he's thrown the sick note in from last year, I think. Fabio Aurelio cracked 5 ribs. He punctured his lung trying to stop Kiki Musampa scoring for Ajax. And, well, following up from that, he spent a week in Aintree Hospital. He was originally told that he wasn't going to be able to fly home for 3 weeks. Such was the severity of the injury. He took in the Brighton game while he was here. John Harley's ball in. Oh, and it's almost found its way through, and it might do here, but for the Interception of Aurelio. Step over was from Gerrard. And Liverpool have 5 men forward here. And away comes Marc Gonzalez, who just managed to slow himself down in time.
He did. I thought it was going to be a Jason McAteer moment.
Crossing chance here for Riera. Up goes Crouch again. He hung long enough, and Huth it was. And they just got that danger momentarily clear. Forgot about the ability of Crouch, not just to get up there, but to hang there a little bit longer as well.
It was. He was up there, wasn't he? It was.
Albert Riera has just slowed up a little bit, and
yeah, I think
he might have a problem.
I think he needs to come off. I was watching him.
I see Benayoun there, who's been linked very strongly in recent weeks with the sporting director's job at Arsenal.
Wow.
Had a similar role with the Israeli FA. He's an A-licensed coach as well. Akers now for Marc Gonzalez. Crouch the target again. Still there perhaps for Peter Crouch.
Oh, here comes the robots.
He celebrates with the Liverpool substitutes. The famous smile of Peter Crouch, and you can tell how popular he is just from the celebrations there. He could still do a job for somebody, him.
Oh, not half. Oh my, he can't believe it himself. But you see another great ball to the far post from Marc Gonzalez there. Crouchy gets up and it just bounces. And he just delicately. Good skill for a big man.
It's a wonderful finish, Tomo.
Oh yeah. It is. It's a fantastic finish. That's great that both of them in front of the cop.
And it won't surprise you to see, well, I say surprise you to see, it looked as though Peter Crouch is going to come off on that there, but he's hat-trick hunting now. Peter Crouch at the double for Liverpool Legends. Jay Spearing has come back on the pitch. Albert Riera's evening, or afternoon I should say, is over. And Chelsea have made a change as well. Jimmy Smith, he wears 46. Who Phil Thompson asked me before the game, who's Jimmy Smith?
I thought he was a ringer, you know, I've been involved in so much Sunday League football. Jimmy Smith.
If you get booked, just tell him your name's Jimmy Smith. Jimmy Smith is an under-21 assistant coach, and he's made up the numbers for a Chelsea squad that was really struggling to get their number together. There he is there with the number 46 shirt on, and it's cut out by Benayoun. Pirouette was from Marc Gonzalez. Crouch again. Just to remind you, Peter Crouch is 44 years of age. I'd argue now he looks better than when he was a player. Maybe the blonde tints help. But, he's enjoying life off the pitch, but he certainly enjoyed life on it today.
It is, and he is such a fan favourite for everything that he does in life. See him going in the jungle, couldn't you? He's the only one who probably put on weight in the jungle.
He said he's lost weight since he's
I know, yeah, I was looking at him before the game and I thought, wow.
And we are going to see very soon Gianfranco Zola come on for Chelsea.
Wow.
Which I imagine Anfield will be upstanding for. A wonderful footballer. Gianfranco Zola at 58 will come on and play maybe the entirety of the last 20 odd minutes. We'll see. Good Johnson couldn't find a way. Malouda now for Chelsea. Katie Chapman, one of the most decorated players in the women's game. Chelsea captain when they lifted the FA Cup and league titles back in 2015. She loves a tackle as well. John Harley, assistant manager at Portsmouth. To Maluda. Jimmy Smith.
Go on, Jinky.
Asingwa. Sinclair finds Smith again. Ramirez. Both teams think it will be their throw-in when it goes out. It goes Liverpool's way.
Under pressure, the linesman.
Just while we have a throw, I think we might be able to nip down to the Liverpool substitutes bench again and join our Chelsea to see who she's got with her.
Okay, so I'm back on the subs bench. Sammy, how was that for you?
Great. It's always be back in Liverpool, and of course always great to be back at Anfield. And yeah, last year against Ajax was a full house, and now it's nearly as well. So it's always great that people come to see us play, and hopefully they have enjoyed. Crowd is on fire though.
That's what I was going to say. And you also, it looks nice there. Liverpool 2, Chelsea 0. Looks good.
Yeah. It's always nicer to win than lose. So hopefully we can keep that and maybe score a few goals more.
Do you think you're going to get back on?
I don't know.
Do you want to?
I don't mind. I'm still okay after the first half, so I don't mind.
All right then. Well, what do you think the final score is going to be?
We will score one more and 3-0.
One more, Crouchy. Right, go on. Back to you guys.
That is some testament to his commitment, that he's quite willing to come back on the pitch. I can think of anything worse, having come off at the age of 51 to go back on again, but Sammy's willing.
He must be so stiff being down there now. Those big long limbs of Sammy's, but it's that Sammy who's looking to come on. But do you mind if I just put my mic down and clap as one of the greats of football?
So Jimmy Smith has come off. He wasn't talking about Jimmy Smith, he was talking about Gianfranco Zola, who quite fittingly puts on the captain's armband for Chelsea here. And he gets the applause, not just for the Chelsea travelling fans, but most of Anfield as well. Thinks he played his best football with Chelsea, joined in '96, over 300 games, 80 goals, 42 assists in that time as well. And he says his most memorable game, Tomo, was against Liverpool in the FA Cup 4th round. See if you remember that one, 97.
We were 2 up. And do you know something? I seen the players all coming out at half time, and we were all hugging each other, all laughing, joking. I went, no, this is Chelsea away. You've got to be ready for it. This is, I think Mark Hughes was playing as well. And oh my goodness, they walloped us. I think was it 4-2?
4-2, yeah.
4-2.
Gianfranco Zola was key in that comeback. And what I also remember about him, Tomo, aside from his brilliance, was he was one of those players in those days, it wasn't that common, just played with a smile on his face.
He was lovely. That's one of the great things, and being so well liked by the Chelsea fans.
Katie Chapman, Maluda, Gianfranco Zola. Couldn't find Gudjonsson.
Oh, Stevie.
Shot from distance was from Obi Mikel. We thought he was coming off a moment ago.
Tired mind, tired body there.
He's only 37. Won 11 trophies with Chelsea. Champions League and 2 Premier League titles. 2 seasons since he retired. He will probably need to stay on till the end.
Yeah, when I seen the Chelsea team, the Chelsea squad, I thought, wow, that's a good squad, that's real powerful. And then arriving at the ground, so many of the players pulled out. I thought, oh, it's a bit of a shame.
Martin Kelly. Cisse wanted it. Cisse should have collected it, really.
Well, Jabila gets slaughtered. He'll get slaughtered off his sons, no doubt. Saying, Dad, get hold of the ball.
Maybe last year he'd have caught it up. Fundraise from this game today will help support the work of the LFC Foundation. The QR code available for you, but also if you wish to donate, and there's a chance here. Benayoun, Gerrard was almost trying to find Croucher his hat-trick there, I think. But yeah, that address, liverpoolfc.com/donate, for further details of how you can support the LFC Foundation, or simply just scan the QR code that's on your page right now. John Obi Mikel finds Maluda.
5 versus 4 here.
Kelly had to be back quickly. It's away by Fabio Aurelio.
Oh, done well. Done well. There was an overload there.
First Brazilian to play for Liverpool, Fabio Aurelio.
Is it that
Trailblazer?
Trailblazer. His free kick, was it, against Man United?
Yeah, what a moment that was.
What a moment.
Gonzalez. Cisse found him, almost. It was finding its way towards Peter Crouch.
Was it Fabio? Was it the 4th? Was it when we beat United?
His free kick against United in 2009 was the famous one. It's a big firm favourite under Kenny Dalglish. Had bad luck with injuries though. Benayoun was a great idea, and it was that man Aurelio again.
15 minutes to go. Come on, boys, keep going.
Bjorn Tor Kavame is the only substitute we've not seen so far. So
yeah, he was fit as a fiddle, Bjorn. One of our lads could play centre back, could play full back, quick.
The agent of Martin Odegaard.
Is he?
Yeah.
Wow.
Harley made the run. Still alive. John Harley could have gone to ground as well, and can't find a way towards David James's net. He was probably a little bit too honest here. Take a look.
Yeah, it is. Could quite easily have gone down, not just here, there. But he just stays up. It's probably the best chance since who'd said it, I think.
David James's kick is long, as far as Jay Spearing. He'll probably be back at the AXA tomorrow in an ice bath to try and make sure he can train again on Monday.
What a great lad though he is, Jay Spearing.
Yossi Benayoun. Gerrard, it's a wonderful pass. Florence Cinema Pongolle finds its way all the way through to Mark Gonzalez, who saw the headlines.
Oh, those stormy words, his name and lights. It's normally better than that as well, because he's got such a good left foot.
He and Florence Cinema Pongolle were almost like fresh legs for Liverpool's Legends a few years ago. You might remember them winning handsomely at Old Trafford. And Gonzalez scoring and celebrating it like it was a proper first-team Liverpool game. And they just love being involved, Tomo, these particularly the foreign Liverpool players who travel in with their families. They can't believe the welcome they still get.
Do you know, I remember speaking to Patrick Berger and Vladimir Smicer, because if you talk about one, you have to talk about the other. They are so good, they're so close. And they just loved coming back. They loved playing those early Legends games.
Pongolle to Gerrard. He tried the cross.
It was the fact of coming back here and people just loving them, and just sort of the way they were embraced by the Liverpool people. They enjoyed it. I can remember going to Durban, playing one of the games down there, played the Kaiser Chiefs, believe it or not. And it was, to get the lads together in another country was just, they were so happy. The enthusiasm in that dressing room, I'll never forget it before the game.
33,000 turned up to see them in that game as well. Gerrard's corner. Chance for Clavo on his left foot.
But it was just sensational. It come from all over South Africa for the game.
That's one of my highlights of my career, that, because I was actually on that trip with you and I got the chance to announce the team in that.
Yeah.
It was a World Cup stadium, wasn't it, from 2010?
Wow. Yeah.
Against the Kaiser Chiefs, yeah. And it was live on the version of the BBC, wasn't it? On terrestrial TV. That's how big a game it was. Liverpool won, obviously.
I remember a young boy, a young South African boy, who he'd won a competition. And he'd won a competition. He didn't have the money or the assets to buy a pair of boots. So he had a pair of training shoes which looked as though they were 10 years old, and you thought, we had to lend him a pair of boots. Oh no, sorry. And Jason McAteer, he'll love me for telling this. He crossed the ball from the right and he rose. He'd just come on a sub and he rose and he headed it down in the bottom corner. It was better than what Crouchy could have done.
Liverpool on the break now with Gonzalez. It was a really good idea.
Oh, I
Cisse
think
couldn't catch it up.
Jabril's just pulled a hamstring. But it was the emotion out of everybody from both sides, both benches, because it was the young man's first touch. He was 6'3", the young man, and he buried it in the bottom corner.
Cut out by Benayoun. Crouch did well. Could be away again here, Liverpool. Chelsea have really stuck well to their task, haven't they? Liverpool have had changes and fresh legs, and they're getting a bit of a chasing here. Benayoun looking for Gerrard.
Yeah, that was, and Yossi's normally quite cute with his passing there, and that was Stevie's moment, believe it or not. Just watch how free Stevie is here. It's a poor ball, poor execution by Yossi. Jabril's coming off. I thought he'd...
Well, he's had a pretty frustrating afternoon. He's not happy coming off here, by the way.
Listen, they have to protect even the lads at this age. And I know what he's saying, but...
He's coming off for Dirk Kuyt. And he's just asking the Liverpool coaching staff down there, Steven Gillespie, who is part of the LFC Foundation. What have you brought me off for? He's never changed, has he? Steven's just explaining why.
Steven's right. My goodness, you know, if you've pulled your hamstring, you don't want to tear it. You know, you're talking about a 3-month job, and you know it might just be 10 days if he's just nipped it a bit.
More important than all of that, Tomo, he's DJ tonight, Gabriel Cisse, so he needs to be fit.
To do that.
First things first. So Dirk Kuyt is back on. There's a real chase on there for Gonzalez, who did well against Frank Sinclair, who had a good start on him. Yossi Benayoun as well, who played, let's not forget, for Chelsea as well.
Do you know what I thought? I'm sure I'd seen him in the blue at Chelsea.
And Arsenal. That's a lovely header from Gerrard. One goal almost caught it up.
To me, it's amazing, isn't it? Because Stevie's fitness levels are still something. And I know you were saying he was probably protecting an injury coming into this, but
half an hour he was meant to play, Tomo. And as the players of this age will tell you, it won't be tomorrow they'll feel the effects, it will be the day after that.
The day after, it's always that. You think tomorrow, you think, oh, it wasn't that bad. And the day after, you are so stiff.
Yeah, getting off the couch might be a bit of a challenge on Monday. But I've really enjoyed this. Hopefully you have at home too. If you do have the ability to make a donation, we would appreciate any donation at all. 34 against 34, Harley against Kelly. It's a good contest that. He did brilliantly, Harley. Out towards Ramirez, fielded by David James.
Oh, that was great defending, absolute great defending. Martin looks like he's struggling.
Ball over the top for Dirk Kuyt. Yeah, there's been some industry put into this game today.
But you're right, and people should donate, because it's such a great worthy cause, and probably a lot of people don't see where all that money goes and what it does. And what did you say, 7.5 million that we've raised, and so it's so important and it is more for the underprivileged, and that's what we do. That's what our foundation does.
It's Florin Malouda. Tomo's mate Jimmy Smith's going to come back on in a minute. Few feeling the effects in this final 5 minutes. Part of today will also go to the Forever Reds, which is the wonderful organisation that supports Liverpool players from way back when, long before the big money of Premier League football, and some of the money as well will go to Chelsea's equivalent to that as well for their former players fund.
Yeah, and it is so vital, because these young, I would call them young players down there who are absolutely enjoying themselves, will be an old player, and they will need things doing. And maybe yes, and people like, oh, but they'll have the money to be able to. Well, some of them might not. You don't know what your future's going to be. And our Forever Reds, the Former Players Association, will be there to help everybody, as we have done with Ronnie Yates, Chris Lawler. It's been such an important part of us to be able to help all our ex-colleagues.
Coming together between Malouda and Jay Spearing. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. And it's all taken in a good light, and it's been a really good atmosphere about the game, hasn't it?
Do you think we could nickname Jay the Jackal? Because he's been a bit of the assassin down there, hasn't he? I think Malouda was even just put out his little fingers just to sort of shake his hand. He wasn't happy.
Fulfills such an important role at the academy, Jay Spearing, and you think of, he's 36 and playing alongside some 17, 18-year-olds trying to make their way in the game. There's no question he wouldn't have the answer to on the pitch or off it.
And he's done so much in his life. He's a good kid, and you've got to have the right manner, and you've got to have the right way of talking to people and how you coach these days more than ever, and Jay's got that.
John Obi Mikel. Headed clear by Klavan. Ragnar Klavan is aiming to become the president of the Estonian FA. That's his next career move. Very intelligent lad, and somebody that became a cult hero for that goal at Burnley, you'll remember, a couple of years ago under Jurgen Klopp. He's done really well defensively for Liverpool today, and just that final touch of Marc Gonzalez was slightly heavy. Liverpool do rescue it through Dirk Kuyt though, and Crouch is climbing again. He was trying to set up his mate this time. Go for goal.
Just think he was probably up a little bit too early, but he had just visions of Stevie. He's enjoyed his bit of success, and I think he wanted to give Steven Gerrard that chance.
Match ball in Legends football would still be a coup, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So stick with us for the final couple of minutes, but also after the game as well. Chance to hear from some of these players. Benayoun, maybe not done yet. Liverpool wanted that return from Peter Crouch, but yeah, we'll be down in the corner with Becky and Ian, and Chelsea will be rounding up the Liverpool players to hear from them, who now just want a hot shower and the chance to have a sit down and maybe reminisce, and they'll be telling the same old stories as they have done for years when they are all together tonight. Malouda trying to find John Harley. And part of the beauty of days like this for the Liverpool players, and you alluded to it a little bit earlier, lots of the players that are out here today will not have had the chance officially for the goodbye, to be at peace with the fact that they left Liverpool, but perhaps more importantly, their kids wouldn't have been around when they were playing for Liverpool, so they get the chance to see their dads play.
And that's massive. And it is, and it has. You move from here and your kids go, and I know there's a big Sammy Hoopier, they love it when they come back with the children, and I'm playing these games, and it's because they didn't remember them in their pomp.
LA rings out. Is there a chance still for another Liverpool goal? Steven Gerrard is looking to find Florence in a Mapon goal. Those groins will be getting tighter now of Steven Gerrard as he got out the range finder there. LiverpoolFC.com/donate for further details of how you can support the LFC Foundation, and the QR code on your screen as well. We really do appreciate you, and don't worry if you can't donate, just your support on a day like this is really important. And what a memorable Legends game, and you imagine the wave of Peter Crouch's to his family up in the stand, renewing old acquaintances with Robert Huth there, who he managed to beat to the chase for one of his Liverpool goals. The second was a wonderful finish that took us back to him in the day, but it was a really strong Liverpool Legends performance today in front of close to 60,000 people. So much important funds raised for such an important cause, and so many inside that crowd this afternoon, not only able to see the likes of Steven Gerrard, but also experience this very special place for the first time. It was also nice not to be in that pressure cooker of wanting 3 points, but if there were 3 points at stake, then Liverpool have taken them. A really good game, and it's finished Liverpool 2, Chelsea 0. Phil Thompson has been alongside us watching this one. I really enjoyed that today, Tomo.
Do you know what, Pete? It's been an absolute pleasure to do it. It really has, and we've stood up here in this beautiful main stand looking down, and me as an ex-player, I would love to be down there with these guys. But what a fantastic occasion. What a fantastic occasion. You can see all the players there. Fair play to the supporters to come out and enjoy it. To those young people who've come here to see Steven Gerrard, to see Peter Crouch scoring 2, but all the other lads who've made a fantastic impression. It's been a good win.
A very good win. We do default to type, don't we? But we still like to see Liverpool win, even if it's the old guard playing, and the players have loved it as well. Let's get back down to pitch side. Our Chelsea has got another former Liverpool player with her. All yours, Chelsea.
Sander, great save. You won. We've raised money. What a day.
Almost a perfect day. Clean sheet. I don't know how I did it. It was a reflex. I didn't know I had that in me. I was disappointed with the first, the one I scrambled a little bit. I left it and I had to take it and had to do it twice. But happy with that save. Happy to help the team. Yeah, good win. But yeah, sold out crowd again. So much money for the foundation. Can't be better.
Yeah, how good is it really to be back and just see how much money's raised? Also, you get to play at Anfield again. Just what a time.
Like I said, it's a perfect day for us as players. We miss those games. We don't miss pre-seasons or holidays and training camps. But a full stadium with this pitch, with this people, giving back to the people, helping the foundation to raise money. And yeah, I've been privileged to be at the Anfield Community Centre. I see what they do with the money, and it's unbelievable. So I'm really proud that I can do this for hopefully a long time.
Thank you, Sander. I'll let you go and join in there. What a save! How are you? How was that?
It was amazing, unbelievable feeling to come back to Anfield and play in front of all these supporters and for such a great cause. So amazing.
Oh, I heard you say to Sander, great save there.
Yeah, you know, if it's not 2-1, you don't know how the game is going on. Great save, and I think all the players gave a great effort, and with the supporters. It was amazing and always good to win.
How is it to see Anfield back and waving the star?
It's unbelievable. I brought 3 of my boys. It's the first time they see me play in Anfield. It's amazing. I think people, they will wish the dream come true when they play for Liverpool. And I had this privilege, but to play, I'm almost 45, to play again here, it's amazing.
It is amazing for us as fans as well to see you guys back as legends and for raising so much money for the foundation.
Yeah, more important, all the work that the foundation are doing, it's unbelievable, and it's well done for the supporters to come, support and raise a lot of money for the foundation. It's amazing.
Yossi, thank you so much. I'll let you celebrate. See you later. Bye bye. Okay guys, back to you.
Thanks Chelsea, thanks Yossi and Sander as well. And they get this moment now at the Kuyt, which many of the players who played here across the years have said they've been very close to tears at this point, looking into the crowd, and they're reminiscing as much as the fans are here.
No, it's great, Nick. Peter Crouch there, relishing his 2 goals. You can see them going around, so many people. What I was astonished, if you'd have seen it at 90 minutes, there was so many fans still in the stadium, and this main stand looking down now, there's so many people. They've enjoyed it, and that's the main thing. They've enjoyed it. They've seen their heroes, the ones that their dads have spoken about, how good and how many great times they've given them. And it's the players' time now to just wind down, just to enjoy every moment.
If you can, scan the code and donate whatever you can to this wonderful cause that is the LFC Foundation. They do the work of hundreds of thousands of people, really, and well over 170,000 different kids that they've helped across the calendar year. They'll be able to help so many more if you can, and please do donate. If you're not comfortable with QR codes, then liverpoolfc.com/donate, and you'll find all the details you need there. Peter Crouch out of your picture just a few moments ago, gave his boots away to a fan that was very lucky in what has become the Trent Alexander-Arnold corner flag, and he was looking at the boots to say the size of them.
Just can't get them on. I don't know, what will they be, size 13 or something?
Least,
yeah, it's quite but it's lovely. It's been an absolute wonderful day, and the weather's been absolutely perfect, not too hot. It's just been quite sensational.
Gabriel Cisse, who his kids are asking can they go down and join him on the pitch here. It's almost like that final lap of honour for the last game of the season. His boy plays for Liverpool, one of them plays for Notts County, the other for Nottingham Forest. And Ragnar Klavan, who has been one of the newer signings for Liverpool Legends, but he was really good today.
He played well. Mark Gonzalez was really good, looked energetic, and I think it was those areas in the second half which I think give us that extra little bit of a boost. And it's seeing Dalglish with Gianfranco Zola there and Rushy saying, and that's mutual respect for one of the greats of our games just coming together. Steven Gerrard's first embrace was with Zola.
Really nice moment there between some proper Liverpool legends. Likewise, Dirk, it's great to see him back here at Liverpool. And usually at this point that they nominate a player of the match, and there's always been that temptation to always give it to Steven Gerrard because of the sentiment that comes with him and this wonderful Liverpool story, if you like. But if it is given to Steven Gerrard, nobody would argue against it. He was only meant to play half an hour, he played the full 90.
Yeah, just for that, but Peter Crouch obviously for his goal, for Jake Spearing, how much of an influence he had on that game. And I think Jake gives it that little bit of bite that people will look at it and go, yeah, well, this means a lot to the people who want to win the game. So, but there was just some great performances.
Jay Spearing's daughter's here today, and they're all young footballers as well that were here last Friday to see Liverpool women beat Manchester United. And let's also mention, as Abby Clancy's in the picture there, you can see Crouchy's kids. They've got such a look about them of their dad. And they will look at him in different light tonight, won't they, as kids?
Oh, they'd be bragging tonight, proper bragging, not just, oh, you've seen me on the television and the adverts and all that. This will be me as a footballer. You see, told you I could still do it, didn't I?
He might be able to pick what's on the telly tonight, mightn't he? Such is the story. But we should also mention Gianfranco Zola's given his boots away at the moment as well. They're a pair of Copa Mundials, which back in the day were the boots to wear, weren't they?
Oh, the coppers were unbelievable. Well, Zola...
What a wonderful moment for that young fella. I love stuff like that.
It's seriously, that is something which you'll think, oh my goodness, not just him, but his dad, who'll be saying, listen, I need to get the videos out now. He was walking down just below us now, and what a player he was. And it's just fantastic for the kids to come along and embrace this moment.
What a footballer Gianfranco Zola was. Yeah, we should also, and it's quite right to mention, a wonderful historic moment for Natasha Dowie, who became the first woman to play in a Legends game.
Katie Chapman.
Katie Chapman for Chelsea as well. With the young girls that come to these games, and I mentioned Jay Spearing's daughters before, they look at that and say, that's achievable for me now. In 20 years, I could be playing for the Legends.
Well, it's a massive moment, isn't it? It's a massive moment in our Legends games for that to happen. And it is, it's become so diverse. She'll be now looking at it, and she's been a trailblazer for this game.
Final moments for the Liverpool players that do the rounds, and we're going to take a quick breather here from up here in the commentary position with Phil Thompson and myself, Peter McDowell. It's been a privilege to do this game today. It's been great fun, and we will continue with the fun pitch side with Ian and Becky when we come back.
A year ago, my mum was diagnosed with stage 4 stomach cancer. It was really hard because I'd always see my mum as like my rock through everything. The On Target programme is a 6-week early intervention programme. What the programme aims to do is to equip young people with the tools to be able to deal with the bad days and deal with negative feelings and emotions. So we look at doing CBT-based exercises, mindfulness and just fun activities. A best way to describe it in my brain was like a puzzle that you could never put together. I couldn't function properly with it all. Daisy felt that she wasn't dealing with things the way that she should deal with them, so that's when I immediately knew, right, well, this programme is the best place for her to be. I'll be able to help her to explore her feelings and also accept them and deal with them. I feel like I just clicked with Hannah a lot. If I was in a bad lesson or something, I would just come to Hannah and I'd be all right because I could just offload all onto Hannah. She'd be like my school mum, in a way. Fortunately for Daisy, she found what worked for her through the programme and was able to implement that into her life, which is the main goal of the programme. The LFC Foundation have helped a lot, and it's made me realise, now that my mum's died, that I'm not alone and that I do have good people around me that can support me and guide me to be a better version of who I used to be, in a way, and make my mum proud.
We are the LFC Foundation, the official charity of Liverpool Football Club. Last season, we supported over 127,000 people, and we're not planning on stopping there. We're helping to support our communities by keeping Reds healthy, active, and engaged in education and employment. For every £1 we spend, we create a social return of £13.70.
There's a real sense of belonging in the foundation, and it's so welcoming. And there's so many rewards, even watching young people grow and the impact that you make on them. Just brilliant.
Supporting our communities is the core of everything we do. Our sessions are delivered in more than 300 community spaces, including 199 schools to be exact. But we also work away from home too, supporting the delivery of programmes in 3 international countries, helping over 13,500 children and young people. We are actively working with young people to help them take steps in their careers. We spend over 250 hours each month providing employability training. Over 3,600 young people regularly attend our weekly free football sessions across the Liverpool City region to stay active, make friends and have fun. Speaking about football,
join me in supporting the LFC Foundation, the official charity of Liverpool Football Club. The work that we do helps to raise aspirations for Reds home and away. Together, we can make a positive impact in our community. You never walk alone.
Your supports will provide amazing education opportunities for school children in Liverpool. A donation of £10 would provide an emotional wellbeing support toolkit for young people in our communities. £20 will provide a mental health workshop for a local school. And a £50 donation will provide a food hamper that will feed a family of 4 who are struggling through the cost of living crisis. Make a donation today and help change a life tomorrow. Your support really does make a difference.
Yeah, the fans leaving Anfield, heading home very, very happy tonight. Anfield thoroughly entertained by the lads and the women as well today on the pitch. It's ended Liverpool Legends 2, Chelsea Legends 0. Welcome back to the Legends Live, presented today by AXA in support of the LFC Foundation in association with Forever Reds.
Indeed, and the Legends put on a show for us, and of course it's all in support of the Foundations. Details of how to donate will be on the screen throughout the show, so please do donate if you can. Your support today really can make a difference to the lives across Merseyside and of course beyond.
Yeah, it really, really does. I'm delighted to say we're joined by 2 of the stars of the show here today, Captain Steven Gerrard, and I think everyone's man of the match, Peter Crouch. A fairy tale debut for you in the Legends.
Yeah, like I say, it's quite emotional really, because I never thought I'd come back here in any capacity as a player. So to play in the game was, first and foremost was amazing, great for the foundation, but then to score a couple of goals in front of my family and friends, it was amazing, yeah.
Stephen, his first Legends, I think he's going to get invited back after that.
100%. We were trying to get him the third. Everyone was running out of energy, getting tired, but he changed the game. I think we played well throughout the game, but we just needed a little bit of magic, a bit of inspiration from the side, and the big man come on and provided it.
And when you scored the goal, everyone was asking you, you did the robot. Are you happy that happened? Did you regret it?
So many kids on the way here were like, can you do the robot? And I was like, I'd rather have not, to be honest. But it was for the kids.
Because it's for the foundation, you did it.
Of course.
Of course, what a great guy.
You were obviously on pre-match though, and you were saying your family, so many people are here today, and you said your little boy had never had the chance to see you play, and I saw you waving, I think, to your family at the end, and that must have been incredibly emotional for you to have a day like today.
Yeah, no, it really is, and like I say, to play with the likes of Stevie again just is fantastic for me. But my little boy, he's never seen me kick a football, and I think he thought I was lying about it.
Doing that many podcasts.
I would think you were lying looking at you as well, to be fair.
You know what? Yeah, great day, great for the foundation, hopefully.
And also, Peter's back as well, but as well, Stephen, you're back as well. Obviously, this is your home, Anfield. So what's it been for you to be back again? And especially in a season like this, where it's been a pretty special one for Liverpool.
Yeah, listen, I think all eyes are on the running. We've got a massive game coming up against Everton, but during the international break, when you get the invite to come and play in front of a full house, it's impossible to turn it down. As Peter said, the priority is always the foundation, raising large sums of money to support the area, to support the ex-players in need. But it can't be done without the supporters. They're coming here, they're paying money, it's a full house, it's unbelievable. It wouldn't happen at any other club. So, Crouch is the hero today, but the main heroes are the supporters always.
Absolutely. Let's show you the heroic goals from yourself. Let's have a look at the first one. I've got to say, great cross from Florent Cinema on goal to tee you up for this one, the first goal.
Yeah, you know what? We trained yesterday, and the delivery from some of the boys, like Flo on the right, Albert Vieira as well, was fantastic. But
it's a postage stamp finish as well.
Just managed to. Your eyes light up when the ball's right, and it was nice to see it flying cop end as
in
well.
front of the cop end. I was just going to say, you can't ask for more than that, can you?
Genuinely. Yeah, when I turned up this morning, I was just hoping to get through the the day. Really.
When I play in soccer, I just think, I hope the shirt fits. That's all I care about.
Yeah, and then obviously, so happy.
Like a fairy tale. I think we can see the second goal as well. Oh, sorry. I'm not going to miss the robot, of course. There he is.
It's a bit higher than usual.
No, I thought you've still got it though.
Thank you.
And then that's, again, you've got more memes for another 10 years, so that's good. 10 years worth of memes.
Definitely still got it. We've got goal number 2 as well. Let's have a look at this. It's very
But
nice
you're passing
little...
sitting through this, Stevie, aren't you?
You talk us through this one, Steve.
I'm just looking for the final whistle, to be honest. 1-0 would have done me. 1-0 would have done.
Oh, that was
But,
it. I think I was trying to knock it back, and then it dropped, and you just tried to lift it over him.
Brought down perfectly by your
dropped
head.
down perfect. I knew I was going to get one off Hoofy because I played with Hoofy, and he doesn't mess about.
Was it a looping finish, or were you just trying to get it back?
I tried to head it back, and then as soon as it came back, I just tried to lift it.
Lovely.
In terms of the game as a whole, a lot of people think these games are not that competitive. I think having played in one now, you'd say that's definitely not the case.
No, the teams want to win, 100%. And I don't think the fans would want it any other way, would they? They don't want to see a friendly, do they?
Listen, you want to win. I think once the game starts, we all realise what we're here for. I think just see Jay Spearham for details. He's got about 4 yellow cards.
I don't think Dennis Wise was too happy with him in the first half.
No, but of course, once the whistle goes, Kenny says to us before the game, it's for a great cause, but we want to win as well. So whatever the boss says.
Absolutely. In terms of his team talks as well, he must be quite the presence in the dressing room, I imagine. Just being in there with him, I'm sure,
of course,
a big
and
honour.
supported very well by John, both Johns, Aldridge, Barnes and Rushy. All heroes of ours, so to listen to words of wisdom, and the game plan was spot on. Be patient, wait for our moments. And if the starting 11 can't do it, we've got enough quality from the side to win us the game, and that's what happened. So credit to the staff.
Yeah, and just to echo Stephen's words, Peter, the most important thing, as he said earlier, is raising money for the foundation. Such a special day, and it helps so many people on Merseyside and beyond.
No, it really is, and I've been at various different clubs, and Stevie said it himself. It doesn't happen anywhere else. There's something special about the fan base of Liverpool, and for them to come out in an international break, it could have been done other things, but come out to watch us. It's amazing. It's all for an amazing cause as well.
And what are the plans now? What are you going to do? How are you going to celebrate the win?
Ice bath first and foremost.
Yeah.
And then a few beers later, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
A few beers.
Ice bath, ice beers.
Yeah.
Oh,
lovely.
Wonderful stuff, right? It
You
has
got
been
any
a
now?
pleasure. Maybe some under the desk.
I've had a couple during the I think they called it the show. That's how many I've had.
Oh, I'm sure we can sort you out, right? It's been a pleasure. Thank you both
Thank you very
very,
much.
Thanks a
very
lot, guys.
much. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your day and your night as well. Oh, they're going off to a rapturous reception. Half the cop is still here to watch that interview.
I have not seen Anfield this busy
Unbelievable.
after a game in a long, long time.
Right, we're going to go to Chelsea. She's in the tunnel now. She's speaking to Florence Cinema-Pongol. Chelsea.
Okay, Flo, how was that for you then? Winners?
Amazing, honestly. Great atmosphere. Experience was good, as always, at Anfield. Obviously, to also receive a away team like Chelsea with the legend like Zola, Hasselbank and all that, it's such a pleasure. It's always, you feel like proud of yourself, obviously, when you be able to be a part of those games. But yeah, thanks. First of all, thanks to LFC Foundation, which is make a great job for bringing us here with family and friends and make everyone be able to enjoy the great day.
Yeah, I just spoke to Yossi Benayoun and he said he's brought his children. Yeah. It's the first time. Imagine, first time bringing your children back to Anfield again. Such a good cause, raised loads of money, and you guys get to just put the kit back on and get out there.
Yeah, we tried, the fact that obviously, you've got these games coming over, you try to stay fit, try to not to try to look not too fat.
That's what I want to know. Did you do any ball work?
Well, you try. Obviously, all the joints and all that, are getting so old. So you try, to keep active and having like prevention, before to this game, because what you don't want to be injured in front of 60,000 people. It sounds a little bit like bad when it's happened, but it's sometimes happening. Hopefully that Jez is coming back well after I think he pulled his hamstring. So you can train a lot, you can do whatever, but when you're getting there, the edge remind you that pitch is so big to run over.
Yeah, I think I saw William Gallas after 1 up and 1 down blowing, and I thought, wow, I remember watching him all the time.
I will tell you honestly. At our age and our step now, or is up or is back. You can't do back and front. It's no chance.
Well, what's it? Just going to ask you one more question about the game before we get to the foundation. But what is it like? You know, Stevie G picks the ball up, he looks at you. Do you go back 10 years?
Yeah, you're getting back because obviously the way that he's communicating on the pitch, you know, it's remind you some kind of good memories. Obviously, you know, the way we call it to each other, it's something that is never changed. Going to be always the same while we are on the pitch. So yeah, obviously when you're a flow. When you just a flow, just like with sign like this, you know that what he wants on that touch, you're going to find you wide. So, you know, it's this kind of, you know, I'd say body remember when you've been working hard as the same that your brain working the same, you know. So it's always a pleasure having a player like Stevie G, you know, looking for you, get you like that ball, like smash the ball and the ball just come with no, like throwing over, just straight to you, you know. So yeah, good, a lovely day. And was also like, planning to rain. The rain didn't even come, so.
There you go, sunshine all day. Thank you so much. See you later.
Yeah, an assist for Florence Sinamopon-Golf. The first goal for Peter Crouch. Delighted to say now we are joined by the management team today, John Barnes and John Aldridge. Listen, another very successful day, Aldo, for Liverpool Legends.
Yeah, you know, we don't like getting beat. We're very competitive, and the lads exactly the same, whether they're 35 or 65 or whatever. And we did very well against a strong Chelsea, you know, Chelsea side, should I say. But, you know, to keep the unbeaten record going, that's the main thing.
It means a lot, doesn't it, John?
It does, and of course, I think we were the better side in the first half, but we didn't have the clinical finish. And of course, even at halftime, we're saying, well, because they're defending well, we're getting forward well, but we've got to get crosses in. If we get crosses in, there's only one person who's got to get in the end of them, and that's Crouchy. So when Crouchy came on, he did what he was there to do. So yeah, it was a good
I tell
day.
you what, he gives you a different dimension, doesn't he, than the Legends teams have had in recent years. But obviously, the height.
Well, it's a little bit like old-fashioned type of football, and what we're used to. Get the ball wide, and it's a no-brainer when you've got someone like Peter in the box. Get out the far post, like even Mal Quinn did for now. Far post, hit the ball, you know, and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when you're playing at this level, at this age, you know, you're going to lose your speed. Yeah. So even if you're really, really quick up front, you lose that. So what threat do you have? Whereas you're not going to lose your 6'7", are you?
You're not.
So
you're definitely not.
If you can't run, just get him in the box, get him in.
I tell you what, by any football standards, that header, he absolutely slotted it.
I just going to use it with him. It was a great ball. We were saying on the bench, what a great ball, come and get me type of thing. And the header was the goalie kept us out with a couple of good saves, but that was impossible to save. It was right in the stamp, as we say.
But to be honest, the second goal was even better. You know,
I don't know
and surprised everybody. I don't even think he knew how he did it. I don't know what he did because he missed the header, then he just lobbed it. I haven't seen it again, obviously.
We spoke to him. He claims he was putting it. He was doing the lob. We weren't sure if he was just trying to put it back in the mixer, but he says it was on purpose.
I believe him. He's a very truthful lad.
He would never lie, would he?
He would definitely not.
But he made the difference. You know, we shuffled it around a little bit. They sort of tied a little bit towards the end, didn't they? As I mentioned, because they didn't have as many players as us, but we utilised it to our advantage.
You did. Well, I was going to say, how do you almost go about keeping everyone happy when you have such a big squad? And sometimes there are substitutions people probably don't want to come off at.
Well, you know, when Aldo and I, he's a little bit older than me, but we're both over 60. And when we were coming towards the end of not our career, but our playing in the Legends matches, how you kept players happy was by bringing them off. But these are still young enough to want to stay on. So as much as we said, yes, you know, they're getting on now, but everybody wants to stay on, you know.
But for the first time ever, we had a dispute.
Oh, here we go. It's an exclusive.
I think I might have seen
it.
Jibril
wasn't happy, but we all thought he pulled up.
We thought he was injured because he pulled up.
He looked like he'd done his hamstring, didn't he?
But he said, I never said. I said, yeah, but you looked. You never said you were injured, but you looked injured. But he said he was fine.
After about 85 minutes, they all look like they'd done their hamstring.
Well, that happens when they get to, I mean, they're not even our age. But look, listen, it was a great occasion.
It was amazing.
And not only that, you see, because the thing about it is that everybody's just thought tennis wise, you see the tackles going in. Because with the people coming, as much as they're coming for the foundation, they want to see a football match as well.
Yeah? Of course.
So, of course, it's very easy for the players to go through the motions, but they didn't. They got stuck in. There could have been history made. Yeah. History could have been made with the first female player getting sent off after 2 minutes.
I hope to speak to Tash Darren.
She was a little bit overkeen there.
I mean, Claude Makelele carried on to his credit, but yeah.
But no. He said he was. I said to him, imagine if you came in, he goes, I was never coming off.
But there's not many. We talked just at the end. There's not many cities that could do this event and have 60,000 people at this. You know, maybe Glasgow, and maybe a couple of others. But you know, for everyone to turn out. They don't realise how much it matters to us because of the ex-players. You know, some of the ex-players From the 60s and the 70s, we've been able to look after, and I don't have to name them, and even now, you know, so it puts a lot of money
as well
in
as
the
a lot
coffers.
of the charities, I mean, it's
well,
not just the experience, it's
obviously,
the community and a lot
yes,
of community work that the
communities,
foundation does.
but
The foundation
from,
does so much work for the community that a lot of people don't know about.
From the Forever Out side, like, you know, that's for us is the main main thing. And then obviously we were able to put 270,000 towards Zoe's place. With just a big donation to Alder. So it never ends. So without these people coming in today, we wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
And it's brilliant to see, and they all enjoyed themselves, and we won.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect day. But as you say, Liverpool is a city that always looks after its own in good times and in bad times too. And days like this just exemplify that, I suppose.
Of course, and of course, this is, you may say, the icing on the cake, and this is high profile, and of course, you know, from that point of view, everybody recognises. But this isn't a one-off. I mean, the work that the foundation puts in every single week for the whole year. So as much as people are looking at this and thinking this is what they're doing to raise money, but of course, this is great because people are aware of this. But tomorrow, the next day, throughout the year, they do continual work. So it's nice that they can get a bit of recognition. So it's not just about this.
No, and in fact, it was only last season the LFC Foundation supported over 127,000 young families and people across Merseyside and beyond. So if you guys do want to make a donation, don't forget you can click on the QR code. It's on your screen right now. Take a photo of it. Scan that QR code on the screen. If you want to donate, you can do now, or there will be further details on how to donate online at liverpoolfc.com/donate.
Yeah, anything you can spare, we would be very, very grateful. Now back to get some reaction from inside the tunnel. Chelsea is with Dirk Kuyt.
Dirk Kuyt, glad to be back.
Very glad to be back. It's always a pleasure to come back to Liverpool, especially for this occasion, to play for a full crowd at Anfield and feeling so much support, all for a very good cause. That's always amazing, and it never is boring to win. So another win. So that's a good day for all of us.
It is a very good day, like you said, a great cause, and also we beat Chelsea 2-0. That's always good.
Yeah, just like the old days. So
talk us through the goals as well. Crouchy comes on, he's on fire. Did you think he was getting the hat-trick?
I tried everything for it because I could play the last 10 minutes, but it's incredible. First time that Crouchy is playing with us. Very excited. Yesterday we already had a training session together, and he really wanted to score, especially in front of the Kop. And the first goal was amazing. The second one was also a nice one. So we all tried to push him for a hat-trick, but for him, I think it's an amazing day as well.
Yeah, like I spoke to a few of the players, and you know, we're speaking about how days like this really does impact, you know, the city in and around it, and also what they do to the ex-players. Just talk to me a little bit about days like this. I know, you know, we love it. As a fan, I love to see you guys back on the pitch, but it is for a more important reason, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is for us. It's I think really special to be a former player of the club and still being so involved and still feeling so welcome as part of a very big family. But I think Liverpool Football Club is an example for many other clubs how you can be that family, and that's always. Of course, when Liverpool has to play a football game, or for example this season, that we really want Liverpool to win the league, and we are really excited for the future. But I think days like today, that's what Liverpool is all about, being all together. I think all the players, former players, want to be involved. Of course, it's nice to play on Anfield, but also they want to give something back to Liverpool because it all gave us so much back in the days. And now we have the opportunity all together with the fans to give something back to the community, and that's something very, very special.
Oh, dear Kuyt, thank you so much. Same time next year? Same time next year. All right then, I'll see you later. Bye.
He'll be back. 6 legends under his belt for Dirk Kuyt. Now joining us is Steve Varley, who this season was appointed as the chair of the Board of Trustees for the LFC Foundation. Steve, a very proud day. This always is, isn't it, in the calendar for the Reds? How have you enjoyed it?
Well, it's been a fantastic day for me. I think for the foundation team, and also for 59,000 people that have filled this stadium, never mind the thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that are watching around the world. It's been a great day for us all.
And it's actually been a great day for the foundation. Over the past year, what would you say is one of the most major or important targets that you guys have met that you're particularly proud of?
Well, over the last season, we've helped over 127,000 people.
Crazy.
We've put on over 18,000 events at over 300 community venues. So we're in the heart of Liverpool. This has been a fantastic year for us, but we're building even bigger plans for next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a large proportion of the money, if people don't know, raised from the Legends Games supports its physical and mental health wellbeing programmes. And even in this day and age, I think mental health, doesn't it? It still takes a bit of a back seat, but it's such an important issue.
It is, and mental health, especially in this area. Just imagine that it was 5 years ago that the whole nation entered a lockdown due to COVID. We still have the reverberations of that appearing today, and that's a big part of the foundation's work.
And I think as well, mental health, particularly for young men and teens, has really been put into the forefront. We were talking to Chris Kirkland about it earlier with Stephen Graham's adolescence, and I think the foundation have done lots of work recently working with young people, particularly boys, on their mental health. And that's something you hope to continue to do with the foundation.
Very much. It's a focus on 3 pillars for the foundation. We have a focus on employability, a focus on learning, and as you say, on health, physical and mental health, both for young people, for children under 18s, also for young adults, and also, just importantly, for older people as well.
Of course.
Yeah, and after the game is done, of course, it is all about what's next, I suppose. The LFC Foundation recently launched its ambitious new strategy, which is aiming to support 500,000 people per year by 2030. That's a very, very ambitious target, I think you'd say yourself, but the reach of the foundation just grows year on year, doesn't it?
It does, and we're backed by events like this, with the backing of the football club, also by some great philanthropic donations from the local good people of Liverpool. This is a team effort, not just here in this stadium, but more broadly as well.
OK, thank you. It's been a pleasure. We're going to go and get some reaction for the final time from the tunnel. Chelsea is with Tash Dowie and Ryan Babel as well.
OK, back with some more Dutch royalty. We just had there, Kuyt, Ryan Babel, Tash.
Yes, thank you for having me, Chelsea.
How was it today? Talk to me. I don't know who to go to first.
No, absolutely brilliant. Like, most importantly, made money for a great cause, but we won the game, you know, so unbeaten, I think, still, which is great. And yeah, lovely to get a run out myself and great to play in front of this kind of crowd. Definitely a moment I won't forget.
I mean, just as a fan, just to watch you guys, absolute legends, and also just count how many people are there and seeing the money get raised. It's what is it for you to play?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, most of them, or I think everyone is retired, so it brings back memories of when you were a professional. And yeah, to still then play for so many people, it feels like the good old days.
I said to Jay Spear, you know, when Stevie G gets the ball out of his feet, are you still in, you know, autopilot?
Yeah. You hear it at the crowd, like every time when Stevie gets the ball around the box, everyone expects him to shoot, but you know, Stevie is a bit older now, so he has to be careful.
Tash, again, for you, obviously, some legends for you. If you've grown up watching, like, what was it like to get a pass?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, brilliant to play with, like, to Steven Gerrard, you know, my main man here. And yeah, the boys have been great. As soon as I came into training last night, they made me feel right at home, made me feel very comfortable, because it was quite a daunting thing, to be honest, stepping out there today as the only female, but I felt really...
1 minute, can we give it a round of applause? That's just, come on, Tash.
What about my first tackle in the I thought I was going to get a red card straight away. Strikers tackle that.
My breath was held, I'll let you know. But I was even saying, you know, first 5 minutes, I think Makelele is going in. What's it like?
And you know what? It's brilliant. The intensity was pretty good as well, and a bit end to end, and then sometimes the tempo had slowed down a little bit. But I think it was a really entertaining game, and hopefully the crowd enjoyed it.
Oh, the crowd loved it. We've got to talk about Crouchy, though.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean, I haven't seen Crouchy in so many years, so it was good to see him yesterday already. And I did a little podcasting with him for his podcast. And yeah, to see him score, of course, like the old days, was amazing.
We were all wanting the hat-trick.
Oh, 2 goals in the cop end, though. That's not bad, is it? Yeah, no. Brilliant for him, like you say, his debut as well. And you know, his kids are here that have never seen him play before professionally, so that's pretty special. Yeah.
Oh, guys, honestly, from me and every other Liverpool fan, thanks for having us, honestly. And same time next year, yeah? Absolutely. All right, guys. See you later.
Oh, thank you very much, Chelsea. We are almost out of time. It's absolutely flown. Don't forget, though, funds raised from the game today will, of course, help support the fantastic work of the LFC Foundation. And please do know that your support at home really does make a difference.
Yeah, everyone, we are all part of the LFC family, and in difficult times we rely on family for a bit of support, and your support today really can make a massive difference. So for one final time, please scan that QR code on the screen if you want to donate right now, or for for further details on how to donate or just help out, go online to liverpoolfc.com/donate.
Yeah, I think all that remains for us to say is what a fantastic day it has been. The Reds doing us all proud. A packed out Anfield, seeing Liverpool Legends beat Chelsea Legends 2-0. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Goal. Crouch was climbing! Crouch the target again. Still there perhaps for Peter Crouch.